to the Angry Man Podcast with Jason and Greg. He is Jason, the chosen one. I am Greg, a legend in my own mind. Jay, we missed last week because I had a number of things that I had to do for the kiddos, but we are back this week and ready to go, Mike. So, before we jump into this, there's a number of things that I want to make sure that I call out. So what all do I want to call out? So number one, let's give shout out and love to the folks that support the channel, Rock Dog Interactive. If you need anything relative to website design, logo design, make sure you go check out Rock Dog Interactive. And then Denaj Vodka, www.denaj.com. I got to get the logos back up. We've been playing around with a lot of stuff, really trying to clean up some of the things that we've been doing. And I don't have their logos up here right now, but we're going to get those logos back up here as well. What else do I want to make sure that the people are aware of before we get started off in the show today? So if you've been on this show before, you know that you can call in to AM Sports Media, specifically when we're doing our live stream. Well, and let me cut off this heater. Hold on, Jay. Sorry.
Yeah. I'll do a little bit of new format to call in.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen.
There's a new format. We have been trying to invest back into the channel thanks to your contributions to the channel. So make sure you continue to contribute. But we have a new system that we're going to use in regards to call-in. So it's a new number. I will post a number sometime probably in the middle of the show, and you'll be able to call in. You might end up being in a waiting line for the call in, or we may decide to bring multiple people in, but we now have the ability to bring multiple people into the call, or we can do it one by one. We'll see how it's going as a part of the show. Of course, we also have the ability to bring in our Discord, so we'll set that up later on as well. So if you're in the Discord or you simply you don't want to dial in or anything like that, you just want to join as a part of the Discord, you can do that. Have the ability to communicate with us, and then of course we'll drop the link for other people that want to join in and be a part of a panel. That'll also be an option for the live show as well. Jay, any other things that we've done to improve the show? Anything else we need to address from a show perspective?
From a show perspective, when you call in, just make sure you try to be respectful of other people when they're talking. You know, don't try to overtalk the other person. Let the person get their point across and respond to their question or their point instead of moving the goalposts and going tangents. But we'll try to moderate that as well to try to make it fair and balanced for everybody.
Okay.
You see Jason Williams?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. All right, you son of a bitch. All right, man. And we were live on Twitter. For whatever reason, the Twitter feed has been acting crazy. So we also stream to Twitter. I might try to get that back up and going. And then there's one other thing that I want to do, Jay. I want you guys' opinion. Okay. So right now, currently, I have two mics that are in front of me. And I'm trying to figure out which mic do I need to use, trying to, again, improve the overall performance of the show. And so I hate to do this right now, but I do want to get the feedback from the people. So do you guys believe that this is the better mic that I'm currently using, or I'm about to switch my microphone to another option? Microphone. How does this microphone sound? And then thirdly, tell me, how does let's see, phone sound. Tell me if this microphone is the better microphone. So microphone 1, microphone 2, or microphone 3.
One.
Okay. Thank you all. I appreciate that feedback. The last two are trash. Actually, I could imagine the second one maybe being trash, but this third one is actually a high-level mic, so I'm surprised that it's not sounding good. But anyway, so let me do my original microphone. This is the better one. Apparently, Jay, I spent that money for no reason.
Yeah.
All righty. All right, thank you guys. All right, Jay. It's time to jump into the show, but before we do that, I do want to give some shout outs to people that are in the comment section. So we got to give the folks some love here. Who all we got in here? We got We got Barbara D is in the building. What's going on, Barbara D? 2 Cents Boxing is in the building. She is killing all those dudes in the Discord, man. I mean, good Lord. And then a lot of them are in love with 2 Cent in the Discord. I mean, literally in love. Like, they flirt with 2 Cent like every day. Like, it's incredible. I mean, she doesn't want you guys, but I understand why you want 2 Cent, because, I mean, that logic just be killing them, man. She's just driving them crazy. Let's see. Brandon House is in the building. What's going on? Lil J. It has been a long time since I heard from Lil J, man. I thought he had got ran off because they all that Terence Crawford stuff that was in the Discord, all of a sudden it started getting offset by Ill Will and Richard and Big Supreme, and then he just ran off, man.
Throwing things. Yeah,
he just ran off. Let's see. Cal Coolett, what's going on? Andre Noble's in the building. What's going on with you? Of course, Jason Williams, all things. Who else we got in the building? Raymond Moore, half a milli, Windy City.
Tanner Boy.
Kenny Moore. What's going on? All right, man. Let's jump into it. Where do you want to start?
Yeah,
Jason Williams just asked us a question real quick. Are y'all talking on Clarissa Shields and Remy Ma? No, we're not. As you guys have noticed about our channel, we do not talk about personal lives. That situation has nothing to do with boxing. Nothing. So because that situation has nothing to do with boxing, we don't touch it. That's their business. All right. Jay, you ready?
The best. That's all I got on that. I wish them the best. We know what's going on, but we just choose not to talk about on our channel.
You didn't see a video on it, and you won't see a video on it. That's for other cats.
Yeah. This ain't love and boxing. That type of stuff going on over here.
Clarissa Shields is a boxer, and she issued a challenge. Yes, she's issuing a challenge for personal reasons. So no, I'm not interested.
To a non-boxer as well.
Correct. To a non-boxer. That's personal.
Yeah. So, but I see people talking about Mongia.
Yeah, let's go.
You know, who had that huge undefeated streak snap when he fought Canelo, which everyone knew he was going to lose. People gave him credit because he made through the 12 rounds, although I felt that Canelo carried him after he dropped him. Being a fellow Mexican, he carried that fight, just like he carried on the Berlanga fight. Haime Mongia got knocked out by a dude that had 4 knockouts and 25 wins. He was winning the fight, yes. Got caught with a right cross. Like, he gets hit a lot. Haime Mongia always got hit a lot, just like he got caught against Canelo, just like he got caught against Divachenko. He gets knocked out, and oh man, your favorite fighter, Berlanga, was mad. You effed up the bag. As if he had a chance. Now, mind you, Haime Mongia had just said earlier this week, a week before last, talking about who cares about Berlanga, going on a world tour after losing all 12 rounds virtually to Canelo. He was happy about losing that fight there. So Haime Mongia is out of the running now. Top ranks, best 168-pound fighter now. So that happened last night. Alexis Rocha fought last night to a draw, majority draw on there. And there's also your other fighter. I let the chat tell me more about Inoue and MJ and all those guys. So I really don't pay attention to guys under 126. But MJ won. He called out Inoue. And of course, Eddie going to go do Eddie things. Eddie saying that they're ducking. He says they're ducking. Inoue is ducking MJ. He thinks that they will duck him next year, although Inoue has a fight in January, got postponed from December 24th. So those are some things that happened last night. What's your thoughts on some of those things as far as Haime Mongia, what happens with him? If it really matters at 168, was he a big player in 168? I don't think so. What about you?
I was glad to see Haime Mongia get put on his ass. Not because I have anything against Haime Mongia, but because it discredits Canelo's performance. And I love Canelo, but Canelo needs to do other things outside of fighting guys like this. And now it's clear that he should have never been in the ring with Canelo. And yeah, Canelo was carrying the dude. Canelo absolutely carried him. So for me, I want to see Canelo do other things, like fighter David Benavidez. And that's not going to happen. I can tell you David Benavidez's team is not even interested in that fight anymore. Legitimately not interested in that fight. It is not just from what we've heard from some of our connections, but I had the opportunity to have Jose Benavidez Sr. I've actually interviewed Jose Benavidez Sr. and we have that interview right now in the vault. We just haven't released it yet, but yeah, there's no interest there. So I want to see Canelo, because to me this was an indictment on Canelo Alvarez, because dog, like, and Canelo's like, we did our pound for pound rankings. Canelo was rated number, what was it, 5?
I think it's 5.
And to me, I mean, that's a legitimate place for Canelo. Like, Canelo is up there skill wise. You know, always, like, I criticize fighters, Jay. We've criticized fighters in the past, most notably Terence Crawford. But we've never said that these fighters aren't dope. Like, these fighters are dope. Terence Crawford's dope. Canelo Alvarez is dope. But sometimes you question who they've been in the ring with, and that's no different with Canelo Alvarez. I'm questioning who he's been in the ring with over the last few fights. Don't get me wrong. Canelo has a great resume. But I'm talking about over the last few fights. So yeah, the one thing that I will say that I am very excited about, and I do want to talk about this for a little bit, Jay, is the Edgar Berlanga situation, right? So Edgar Berlanga positioned himself for the opportunity to fight Canelo Alvarez. Great, fine, indeed. That makes sense. We like it. We love it, because it's going to put money in your pocket. It's going to put you on a larger stage. And to be quite honest with you, it was a little bit bigger than what we thought it was going to be, right? Canelo Alvarez did pretty well, from my understanding, in regards to that fight with Edgar Berlanga. So that's great. And I commend Edgar Berlanga for doing that. But then he was trying to find another money bag fight, right? To the point that you made earlier. I want to go down the path of least resistance. And I want the opportunity to face somebody like Haime Mongia, who I believe would end up creating a bag for myself. And I believe would be a fight that I can pretty much win. And when Haime Mongia lost that fight, transitioning from Golden Boy to top rank, that looks like a bad move right now. Maybe Oscar De La Hoya does have a point in terms of how he moves his fighters. But anyway, now that he's moved over to top rank and he got knocked out and he's no longer an option for Edgar Berlanga, well, who's Edgar Berlanga going to fight now for a big money bag? Well, I think it's the guy that I think a lot of us have wanted to see right from the beginning. And I believe that is Caleb Plant, right? Plant, big, Plant, yeah. Strong, slick, southpaw. I think many of us would want to see that fight. I think the fight would be amazing in terms of trash talk and all of that. And I think that's a fight that can be made in 2025. There is absolutely, positively no reason for Edgar Berlanga to continue down the path of anything outside of Caleb Plant. Plant wants to fight. Plant has been talking all kind of shit on social media. You gonna let Plant just talk shit to you like that and not accept that challenge? That's one thing I like about Plant, man. Plant likes to smoke, man. Plant wants that smoke. And he's ready for a fight like that. So Jay, what's your thought on a potential fight between Edgar Berlanga and Caleb Plant now that Mongia is no longer in the running? He's no longer there. Like that's done.
Yeah, it's done. To us it's done, but I think he might try to revisit that one way or another, because Berlanga is really not moving like that. If he wanted Plant could be his next fight right now. Plant's been calling this out. Plant's been calling for, asking for all the smoke. You know what I'm saying? He's been asking for it. You know, he asked for it. Berlanga been like, no, get out the way. I got Canelo, all this stuff here. They got a common opponent. Berlanga made it through 12 rounds because Canelo carried him. Let's be real. Canelo carried that boy. I gave him credit for getting up off his butt, but Canelo wasn't going for the kill in that fight. Canelo could have ended him early, just like he could have ended Haime Mongia. Let's be real. And now Edgar's alleged to be fighting Gabe Rosario, who's 38 years old, 26 wins, 17 losses. It hasn't been relevant in a while. Hasn't fought in over a year. Hasn't fought since April 22nd of last year. This is the guy he's going to be fighting. It'll be good. It'll be big in Puerto Rico from what I'm seeing. I mean, Amanda Serrano was really hype about it. But Berlanga, nah, that ain't it. Fight Caleb, man. Caleb want that smoke. Caleb like that smoke. And Caleb going to spark him, man. He'll easily outbox him. Caleb's orthodox.
When is that fight? When is that fight scheduled? The fight between Berlanga and
Gabe Rosario.
Yeah.
It hasn't been official. They've been really talking about it coming out early Q of next year, but they haven't set a date yet. Not that I've been able to find just yet. But nah, I mean that ain't it. That's just, I mean, if you want to see a stay busy fight, cool, whatever. You know, for the culture, for Puerto Rico, cool. You know, but Berlanga been talking so much trash, man. It's annoying. He even said he want to fight Jamal Charlo too. He said he wants that next. We know Jamal hasn't been fighting that often for a while, you know. So I mean, I'm not big on Berlanga. I just want to see him get clipped real quick and get out of there, get out the way. But he ain't gonna fight Caleb. I don't think he's gonna fight Caleb probably until end of next year. He don't want that smoke. He don't want them problems.
Yeah, it seems like he doesn't really want those problems. He was talking big in the lead up to the Canelo Alvarez fight. My thing is, the reason why I'm addressing it, Jay, because I think, and I get it. You're saying that you think somehow he's gonna circle back to it. Maybe Gabe Rosario is next. That's perfectly fine. But what I'm thinking is, okay, Mongia is gonna need a couple of build-up fights, if not a rematch with the other guy that just beat him. I don't recall the gentleman's name. Mm-hmm. I did get the opportunity to see some of the fight, but I don't recall his name right now. But gentleman from France, but
yeah,
he put that cognac on his ass. But anyway, so I just think you know, with Berlanga, and now that Mongia is no longer an option, a true option for him, somewhere, and I think after this fight, that's the next biggest fight for him. I think that's the biggest fight for him, honestly, is going to be that particular fight. So I would be curious to see if he's going to do it. If not, you know, I think we got to start saying that he's ducking some smoke with Caleb Plant, because that fight right there has been churning. He's been talking. He's been calling everybody, you know, ninjas. Why does he uses that name a lot? I don't know why he uses that name so much. Yeah, he's quite adept at calling folks ninjas. And you know, but anyway, I ain't gonna go there. At the end of the day, I just want to see the man get in the ring and fight somebody like Caleb Plant, because I just think it's gonna be a very interesting fight, Jay. Just my opinion.
Yeah, I mean that should have been the flex anyway. But it's like, back to Mongia losing here. It's just people are saying that, Mongia is a better option for Canelo than Benavidez. Some people are saying that to try to protect Canelo in the fight. Now, mind you, Benavidez, Canelo, that's just the best fight at 168, round 168, 175. I know Davis at 175, but let's not act like Canelo hasn't fought at 175 before, because he has. He's fought there twice. One, he beat Kovalov, stopped him, and got schooled by Bivol. So let's not act like he can't fight at 175, because that's what people will try to say to protect him on that, to fight Benavidez. But this just lets you know there's levels to it. I always thought Munguia's record was blown up because he wasn't really fighting a lot of fighters. He fought Sergey Derevchenko. I felt like he lost that fight, or it was a draw. It wasn't like they made it seem like he just got through on that. Other than that, he wasn't really much of anything. He had a bunch of wins against people no one knew, and he has the same deficiencies. He's been through two or three different trainers now. He was with Freddie Roach. I forgot who he was with. He was with Eric Morales. He still has the deficiencies on his defense. He's still getting hit by the same shots. The shot that dropped him, he got hit with that same shot, I think, in round 1 or round 2 as well. He just has that same deficiency. So, I mean, he is who he is. He's not a horrible fighter, but he ain't no world beater. He ain't on the level of no Benavidez or even probably Morrell. You know, so that's why I was hot when they kept pushing him up there to get the fight with Canelo, and then they put Berlanga out there like Berlanga was deserving and everything. Just stop with it. But Berlanga, go ahead and let Kevin get that work.
You know, when you said the word deficiency, it sounded like you said deficiency, which honestly would be more fitting in this particular situation. All right, so yeah, let's move on.
Yeah. So, it's like Brent House said, little ass Dennis Hogan was working Jaime Munguia ass out. Pause.
Yeah. He
So,
was.
I mean, it is what it is. You know, they're gonna move how they want to move on that.
Shout out to my boy Team Gill. Team Gill in the building. Shout out to Team Gill.
Yeah, Team Gill said Jaime's resume is the worst 50-fight resume in boxing history. I can't argue that.
I think you texted me earlier today, Team Gill. I was in church, I think, when you sent that to me. I haven't had a chance to respond. I'm gonna check it out though. I know you sent me something.
Yeah.
Oh, I just saw what it was. Okay. All right, go ahead, Jay.
Let's see here. So you didn't watch the fight yesterday. So chat, did y'all see the fight with MJ?
Who was MJ?
And MJ is the Uzbekistan. He's pretty much the mandatory for Inoue. And he's on Eddie's promoted by Eddie. Yeah.
The guy that they say is Inoue is ducking.
Yeah. Who lost controversy? He lost a controversial decision to Marlon, who got knocked out by Inoue. So Uzbekistan. That's what I thought. I thought it was Uzbekistan on that, but I don't watch a lot of guys under 126. Honestly, I watched a little bit of him, but chat. Since I know you didn't watch it, Greg, yesterday, what's y'all thoughts on that? Do y'all think will Inoue duck him? Because we know Inoue has a fight coming up. What's will be December 24th? That dude got a cut. They postponed it to January 24th, I believe, or 25th. And after that, they might be getting it on because they're gonna have 10 days after that for Inoue to make a decision on what he's gonna do if he's gonna fight the mandatory. Y'all think that's Inoue's ducking MJ, or what y'all take on that? Okay, I see people saying easy work for Inoue. Inoue KOs MJ. Inoue can beat MJ. All right.
Yeah, he got a crazy name. You got a crazy name here. That's why nobody wanted to.
That's what they call him. That's why he goes like MJ.
Okay, hold on.
Team Gill says he's not ducking. All right, yeah. I mean, I wasn't believing what Eddie said because Eddie gonna do what Eddie does. He talks out of both sides of his neck and goes all over the place. So, wasn't completely sure on that.
I want to pull it up, but I'm afraid the zone might flag us.
Hey, Greg, Team Gill coming at you, man. He said, Inoue's not ducking, not like Greg's guy. Boots.
Hey, man. Yeah, that's the same shit he sent me in text, so. My bad for putting our text out there, Team Gill. I hope you don't mind, but. Yeah, I ain't really got a lot on this one, Jay. Honestly, I haven't seen the guy MJ fight yet. I need to take a look at him. I'm familiar with Inoue, but I'm not familiar with this dude, so I'd have to take a look at him. I'm looking at the clips from the zone. I will pull it up, but they might. Theoretically, if we got our face in it, they shouldn't because clearly we're reacting to it. But sometimes they do, and I just don't feel like dealing with that crap.
I mean, Buddy can fight though. From when I watched MJ, I watched that fight yesterday, and I watched another fight with MJ. And from what I've seen, he can fight. Inoue, since he got dropped 2 fights ago, Inoue was smarter in his last fight. In the way he was fighting, he wasn't completely reckless out there. Cause if he comes in reckless against MJ can put him on his butt. But I think it'd be a good fight. I definitely want to dive a little bit deeper into watching more of the film on both of those guys. To see a better take on that.
Oh, it looked like he put him down. Hold on, let me see.
Hey, Jason Williams, stop that mess, man. Stop it, dude.
He don't look that nice to me, but maybe I'm wrong. I ain't, but this is just a little bit. And this is this is the 3rd round. I thought maybe he was tired.
He's hittable. That's the thing. The thing is, MJ was that's like MJ getting touched up a little bit, and I don't think you can get touched up by Inoue like that, but I don't think it's going to be a cakewalk for Inoue neither in that fight.
Buddy, holding on, man. Buddy looked drunk Oh! They stopped the fight just because he come on first time? All right, well, it is what it is.
Yeah, moving on. So, since Team Gill talked about your boy, talked about Boots, people talking about Boots and Teofimo Lopez might be up next for Boots. I'll watch the fight because I think Boots will put him in the dirt, and I think I'll be happy to see that. But it's not a fight I'm really looking forward to for Boots because it does nothing for him at 147. Teo's never fought at 147. He's come out from 140, and to be honest, Teo hasn't looked the best in 3 of his last 4 fights. He looked
Right.
good against Josh Taylor. Jermaine Ortiz arguably had a draw with him or beat him. Sandor Martin arguably beat him or had a draw with him. He didn't look good against Steve Claggett. You know, that was at 140. So at 147, I just think Boots will put him in the dirt, and I'll be happy with that. But the fight I would rather have Boots fight would be any other champions at 130, at 147. And since he's not going up to 154, we won't see the Virgil, because I would love to see that fight there. You think it's a good fight for him to fight T.O., or what's it looking like for you?
I'm just wondering why this function isn't working. It's pissing me off. But anyway, shout out to Band Up, salute Jason and Greg, let it cook, $2. Appreciate your fam. That actually should be automatic now. I don't know why it's not doing it, but that's pissing me off. Anyway, man, my thing with Boots is, so, you know, the way that Eddie Hearns presented everything, it seemed as though Boots was going to forego moving up to 154 pounds to fight Virgil to really go after these titles, because his interest was in beating a world champion and earning a world title. And I think a lot of that stems from the fact that people were calling him an email champion because he didn't beat anybody for the IBF title, although he was trying to position himself to fight for the IBF title. Because that was the route that was going to get him to a title quicker. And then even when Terence Crawford did win that title, Crawford really didn't have any interest in fighting him. So I can understand what's driving his motivation in doing that, or wanting to do that. But then if you turn around and you fight T.O., like, what is that really communicating to the broader group? Because, you know, Eddie Hearn did, you know, at some point clarify to a certain extent that, you know, they were going to look for someone who was a big name or a big fight. Teofimo, I mean, I guess you can classify it as a big fight, but I just feel like Boots should go and try to get another one of those champions in the ring and basically tell Eddie, I don't give a shit what it takes to get this guy in the ring. Let me get him in the ring so that I can, you know, get a champion's name up under my belt, unify a title. Excuse me. Sorry, Jack. And then Teofimo would be a reasonable option to me, because at that point he will have satisfied what he said he was going to do. I think it opens him up for criticism. Not that I'm criticizing him or anything of that nature, because I think Boots is probably still one of the more talented fighters in the sport of boxing. I just think, you know, he got to get back in the lab, and I think he got to start to tune out a lot of the noise and the comments that people are making in regards to him and his level of abilities, because I think he has the potential to have those abilities. But I think right now he may be like, this is where his potential is, and maybe he's like right here right now, and he needs to fully realize what it is that he can be. But I think sometimes he's being held back by the fact that there's so many people in his ear telling him how great he is. I just think there's an opportunity for him to get better. But as far as Teofimo is concerned, like, it's not something that I would criticize. It's a fight that I wouldn't mind seeing. I just think there's going to be a lot of room and opportunity to criticize him, just because, you know, you didn't fight Virgil. You didn't want to move up and fight Virgil, who was he's an interim champion, but still somebody that people would have been considering a legitimate threat. And this is where, Jay, this argument about champions, this is where the argument about champions really fuck up big fights, Jay. This is my opinion, because we see so many people in the comment section, we see so many people in the Discord talking about a certain fighter hasn't beat this guy and this guy, or hasn't beat a champion in this weight class or a champion that he hasn't been undisputed or linear or any of that other crap. And this is where it backfires, right? Because now Boots is chasing that, because that's the feedback and the noise that he's hearing on social media. But in reality, when you look at all the options that he currently has at his disposal, Virgil by far is the more is the fight that would prove who he is as a fighter more than any other fighter. Even if he goes and he beats a Brian Norman Jr. or a Stanionis or whoever, he's not going to get the same level of credit he would get for beating Virgil Ortiz at 154. So this is where the title situation backfires, and we got to start really looking at who are these fighters beating. Titles aside, because we know that there's certain sanctioning bodies that are aligned with certain promotional entities. Fuck the titles. You may have a title just because you were affiliated with a certain promoter. Who have you beat? How did you beat them? those are things that are important that we got to consider and add to the proper context so that we can really start to determine who these fighters are as champions instead of just trying to use this term, the guy's a champion. He's a champion. Because I can tell you, Shakur Stevenson, in my opinion, although he passes my eye test, his best win is Oscar Valdez, who just got beat up by Navarrete.
Again.
Who lost to the dude that Keyshawn is about to fight, the WBO champion, right?
Yep,
so
yeah,
you know I can't say people's name right, so I try to avoid that. But anyway, so
he's saying his last name.
Yeah, Dennis. So at the end of the day, we got to stop talking about all this stuff about the champion. He beat a champion. He beat a champion. That don't matter. Who was the champion that he beat? Because I mean, Tito Trinidad beat William Joppy. Tito Trinidad beat William Joppy, Jay. Remember William Joppy? Mm-hmm. Beat the brakes off William Joppy. William Joppy was a champion too. Dogged William Joppy. And William Joppy didn't win nothing else after that. Man, stop it with all this champion stuff, man. Shout out to Tunnel Vision. Hit us with the $5. A career-changing fight fell in his lap, and he turned it down. Demetrius Andre 2.0 is in full effect. Back to crying about not getting fight. Ooh, that's...
You done fucked up, you know that, don't you?
Woo, that's tough, boy. But I got to hit you with the...
Yeah.
Appreciate you, Tunnel.
Yeah, Big Supreme had one too. As far as what he said, Big Supreme said Shakur threatened to retire because he couldn't fight Navarrete, a 130-pounder.
He doesn't, and he's not like people give Shakur Stevenson all this love and adulation, and he gives himself love and adulation as he goes on to social media constantly to seek confirmation. Like, anyway, but Shakur Stevenson really hasn't, like, they give him all this credit because he's affiliated with Terence Crawford. And they tie the performance of Terence Crawford to Errol Spence and believe that they'll see something similar with Shakur Stevenson. Gervonta Davis ain't been in a car accident, 2 car accidents. Gervonta Davis does not fight like Errol Spence. Yes. They're 2 different people. And Errol
fight like Bud.
Yeah, and Tank makes 35 comfortably. Like, it's 2 different situations. So making all these comparisons are foolish. Could Shakur Stevenson beat Tank? I mean, anything is possible. But I don't think he has the pop to keep Tank off of him. And you know, shout out to Kenny Ellis, Coach Kenny Ellis. But I think the feet are what's going to be very important. And Tank is fast, man. That's just not the fight that people think is going to be. But anyway.
Bruh. Kurt ain't Bud. He don't got the killer instinct like Bud. He ain't nasty like Bud in the ring.
He don't punch like Bud. None of that shit.
Only thing he does like Bud is he's around Bud. And Bud's
that's it. All he does is train like Bud to an extent.
If he had Bud qualities with the nastiness in there, being able to knock people out like that, okay, now I can say, okay, this is going to be, yeah. But I mean, we saw what he did against Arden. We saw what he did against De Los Santos. I mean, And he had the nerve to talk about a tweet. He did a tweet the other day talking about sometimes these fighters turn into movers when shit start getting real. You talking about yourself, Kerr?
Yeah. Hell,
you talking about yourself. I'm like, man, Because before that, he had talked about, he had said, I hope my next fight a war so ninjas see how I really get. Y'all be tweaking like I can't get like that. You haven't done that.
What you mean? What you mean? What you mean like you can't get like that? You can make the fight like that if you want to. You are in the ring. You are part of the event. You are part of the equation that creates the environment that we see in the ring. The fuck you mean? If you want it to be a war, you would make it a war. Shut up. What are you talking about, man?
But you know, I don't mind fighters not being into wars, just being like rock 'em, sock 'em, because that's not really the art of boxing. Boxing is a hit and don't get hit, you know.
I agree.
But this guy he'll just duck back jump back and he'll have punches there, but he won't let loose. His last fight, every one of his mentors told him, you need to let your hands go. Bomac and everyone would tell him in the corner, let your hands go. You had him. You could have got him up out of there. No, he's grown. He's grown. We talking about Adam, the same dude that Frank Martin dropped. You know, so I'm like, come on, man, just stop the BS. But
Big Herm hit us with a $4.99 boot. Said he won't move to 154 and back to 147 because Roy Jones struggled to doing it. Smart move. Which, yeah, I understand that. I wouldn't do that either. Smart move to stay sharp at one weight. He looking bullish, though. Yeah, man. Ton of Vision hit us with the $5. Shakur is the one meeting himself down to 135 with no power. This isn't Spence versus Crawford. It's Spence versus Ugas. I wouldn't compare Shakur to Ugas, but I hear you. It's definitely not Spence versus Crawford though. Like people, like
nowhere near.
Nah.
Nowhere near.
But yeah, let go. Before we go to the next one, we got 97 people in the building, but only 30 likes, man. We got to get the likes up, man.
Need y'all get the likes up, man. Come on, man. Support the channel, support the grind.
Support the channel, support the grind. I wonder if Blue Blood knows we use his voice. I bet he gets so pissed. I know somebody probably gone back to his channel and told him that we use his voice. I don't give a shit though. I ain't got nothing against Blue Blood, but I'm just saying I don't give a fuck. Yeah, man, hit the like button, man, so people can find the content. That's free. Smash that like button, guys. Smash the like button. Smash the like button. Let me say this. I'm not trying to start no Blue Blood beef, so because I know people are gonna be like, you trying to go start your blue. I'm not trying to. I don't, because somebody will go and clip this out and then go send it to the guy. I have no issues with with Blue Blood. I'm not trying to start any beef with Blue Blood. I don't even believe in content creator beef. I think it's. Did you see the Najee and Mill City? Yeah, Najee and Mill City was having beef, and I'm like, oh. First, I was like, yo, man, Mill City talking that shit. He better not run up on AM Sports Media. Then he posted his video of him hitting the heavy bag. I was like, I don't want none of that Mill City smoke. Shout out to Mill City, man. Shout out to Mill City. Say that again?
I got CLs in my knees.
Yeah. But shout out to Mill City. Shout out to Najee. My thing is, like, I don't believe in content creator beef, man. That's not my thing. I didn't join this to beef with content creators, man. I know to a certain extent, man. There's a contingent of boxing fans that like stuff like that. They like the drama and stuff, and that's okay. That's cool. I'm not into it.
Here go Jason Williams with the.
He ain't lying, but you know what? But this time he ain't lying.
But he got some slick shit next though. You know he coming with some slick shit.
Dude, but he right. Greg only got a half a functioning shoulder. That's 100% accurate. My right shoulder is trash right now. I can't do nothing. So yeah.
Yeah, y'all. He can't. His shoulder is trash. He can't even change a light bulb.
Oh, I would actually, if it was just for like entertainment, I would get in there and spar with anybody. For entertainment purposes, for like 2 or 3 rounds, I would do it because I did a little boxing amateur long time ago, a little bit, not a lot. So I would get in the ring and do it a little bit. I wouldn't be afraid to do something like that. But if it's on some like real beef stuff, like nah, I'm not gonna do that. 50 said we becoming 2 weirdos. What does that mean? Are we weird? What makes us weird?
Oh man, I got no clue. They come with all types of stuff, bro.
That's fine. 50. If you think that we're weirdos, that's cool. Anyway, what's the next topic, Jay?
Hey man. Oh man. So speaking of Tank, so it's weird. Tank's dad says that. I mean, not Tank dad. Tio's dad says Tank Davis is a coward because of his fighting style, because the way he takes off rounds, I guess you could say takes off rounds. He's actually just feeling you out, feeling what you're going to do and what you can't do, so you can set some traps in and get your body, like what he has done pretty much most of his career. But I'm not understanding that because it's not like Tio comes in there and just goes balls to the wall from beginning to bell. You know what I'm saying? A real smart fighter is not just gonna go in and just start throwing haymakers. You're gonna see what your opponent has and see how it test the temperature, and then go from there. No one's gonna go in there and go crazy like that because you're gonna get your ass knocked out. That's not boxing. So I'm not understanding Tio Senior saying that type of stuff. I don't agree at all neither. So I'm not feeling that. What you think about Tio Senior saying that Tank style is cowardly?
It's ridiculous, man. Like, it's a ridiculous notion. We've seen so many fighters praised for going into the ring, downloading information, and then figuring out their opponent, and then making the appropriate adjustments, and then either beating their opponents over the next few rounds and or getting their opponent out of there. That's been a staple of boxing, but actually more importantly, it's a staple of African American fighting, right? Like, it's about hitting, not getting hit. It's about being slick. It's about figuring out your opponent. It's about being a smarter guy in the ring. And now what they're doing is they're demonizing the style that's related to African Americans, which is being slick. And this isn't racial or anything like that, but it's more of that style. We're not rock'em sock'em. You got a Mexican style that's really that, and sometimes you got like Puerto Ricans that do it too, but it's like that walk till you can't stalk, which I like that style too. That's why Virgil Ortiz is one of my favorite fighters. I like differentiation between styles. Like, I think all of that is great, but what we're doing is we're trying to demonize one style, or at least that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to demonize one style, which is, downloading information, figuring out an opponent, and then getting them out of there. There's nothing wrong with that. That's exactly what you should do. Maybe Tio should do a little bit more of that. Maybe he won't look as bad in the ring against people like Sandro Martin and other opponents. But Steve Claggett, Tank, that's what we want to see from Tank. We want to see Tank break him down. We want to see Tank be smart in the ring. We want to see Tank, figure out his opponent and then get his opponent up out of there, man. Those are the types of things, Jay, that I like to see in any fighter. I also like to see that in a fighter that is stalk them till they can't walk, because you see adjustments being made in those types of fighters too. So like, trying to figure out your opponent and what your opponent brings into the ring once you get in the ring with an opponent, specifically if you never faced that opponent, like this, to me is just stupid. Like, why would you just hop in the ring and just try to go after an opponent that you have never been in the ring with? You don't know how hard the opponent. It's just stupid, man. It makes no sense to me.
No sense whatsoever. No sense whatsoever. But I mean, to some, I think Team Gill's point, that's why Tio looks like he looks. Listen to his dad. That's why also Tio is now training with Eddie Reynoso. He has another trainer and he's working with them now. But we saw what happened with Eddie Reynoso's fighter in Oscar Valdez. he got pummeled against Navarrete again. So I mean, it depends. We'll see how that goes with them. But I don't know why he even said that at all. It made no sense. That's not boxing.
Dude, it made no sense whatsoever. It was one. I'm just like, dude, shut up, man. Like, come on, dude. Like, I get it, man. Like, you got beef with Tank, and you should talk your shit. Your son to do this and your son to do that. That's all fine and dandy. But come on, man. Like, that's the coward way to fight. Come on, man. Stop it. Stop it.
Just because your son can't do it or ain't doing it doesn't mean it's a coward way of fighting.
No, it's not a coward way of fighting at all. That's the way I would fight if I got in the ring. But then again, I'm a bitch, so.
Greg gonna be like, "Oh, you want to fight me? Hold up."
Oh man, we got Flex BK Alfonso just became a champion, so he became a member of the channel. Appreciate you, Flex BK Alfonso. Tell us a little bit about yourself in the chat, man. But yeah, dude. Kids in media said we know. Yeah, that's okay. Yo, you ain't gotta agree with it. You ain't gotta agree with it. You don't have to agree with it. Like, that's for me to say, and you to just be like, "No, man, Greg, you cool, fam." Damn, there's a lot of haters around here, Jay.
Greg, we never come out talking like we gonna whip anybody ass or anything. Like, we don't even come across like that. We never say it.
Oh, I'm not whooping anybody ass. I got a lot of other stuff to do. I need these hands to do other things. So, I hope I never find a situation like that where I get into a situation. But anyway, Jay, what else do we got, man? We got hey La Jessica, my boo, hold up, my boo in the building. Hey La Jessica, and my girl right there, boy. She should be in the comments section cooking me, dog, cooking me. Oh man. What else do we?
You said.
What do you say?
He said Greg needs his hands to cook and clean like a good house husband. Yeah, we.
I'll tell you that AM Sports Media house husband shirt is coming soon. I don't mind being a house. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say. As long as I know what the deal is, I don't really care. But anyway, real quick before we move on to the next topic, we got 79 people in the building, but only 44 likes. Make sure you smash the like button so other people can find the content. And if you're new to the channel, this is the Angry Man Podcast, AM Sports Media, where we're always dropping boxing related content. So make sure, let me see if this thing works. I gotta figure out what's going on with that. So that make sure that you subscribe to the channel so you can find this boxing related content that we're always dropping on a regular basis. AM Sports Media, Jason and I, we are the dynamic duo. He's Scottie Pippen. I'm Michael Jordan. I'm glad you agree. Anyway, Jay, what's the next topic?
I hope that go down the wrong pipe, you old bastard.
You ain't lying. I am old.
So staying with Tank. So Keyshawn Davis kind of let the quiet part come outside. In the top ranked card week ago. Hey Jason, well, don't do that, man. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, Greg is more like John Sally. I was gonna say Bill Cartwright.
Okay. Anyway, next.
But yeah, so Keyshawn said that Tank Davidson had reached out to him and everything beforehand. So it's kind of killing the narrative that Tank didn't reach out to people, and people talk about offers and contracts and negotiations, and people be confused on how that really works. They think as soon as you hear someone's name pop up, oh, you got to send a contract. Nah, there's steps to that. We got to talk first. We got to talk first and make sure it's even feasible. I ain't going to waste my time if it's not even feasible for us to even get a fight in. So Keyshawn admitted to them talking, he said that it might be Davis versus Davis sometime next year, which would be great because Tank says he has got, 3 more fights left after next year he's done. So hopefully that might be one of them. I said Keyshawn needed 1 or 2 fights before he'll be somewhat ready for Tank. I still don't favor him in that fight, but be better for him to have another fight on his belt before fighting Tank. And if he wins his next fight against Ennis, he'll be a champion as well. What's your thoughts on Keyshawn saying the quiet part out loud, my man?
This is where I love when people come to the table talking all this craziness and they don't really know what it is that they're talking about because they really don't know what things actually go on behind the scenes, and they run with these narratives that never ever made any sense. And there's a gentleman that pops into my mind as I say this, Jay, and I'm pretty sure you can imagine who I'm talking about. But anyway, so we heard Stephen Espinosa say that they reached out to Shakur Stevenson, and Shakur wanted to go down a different path. And I can understand why Shakur wanted to go down a different path, because he wanted a multi-fight deal. And not only did he want a multi-fight deal, but he wanted to go over there and get that turkey back. I was told back in August, Jay, before Stephen Espinosa said anything about this, from a contact that I feel like would have an understanding about the nature of any kind of negotiations that would occur between those two camps. Like, he would have insight, right? To an extent, right? And I'm not saying that he knows all the inner workings, but I'm saying, and I was told that PBC would be interested in Shakur Stevenson, but not at the price that he's looking for. Literally, that's what was told to me. I never said anything about it because, there's certain stuff that I get and you get, Jay, that we don't take it and we make videos on it, right? We take it and it helps frame what we're saying. And so as I'm saying stuff and I'm like, I'm saying this and I'm saying it for a reason, but I may not give you that background information. It's, I know what you're saying doesn't make any sense, and I know what you're saying is wrong. So I knew about them being interested, or at least there being some communication with Shakur back in August. So now Keyshawn is going on there, and the interviewer really threw him off of his square because he said, yeah, I know that your people have been in contact with Gervonta Davis about the possibility of a fight. Keyshawn ain't have nothing to say then, but yeah, man, I know the guy that wants to fight me, man. You know, I think Davis versus Davis will happen in 2025. But what do you? I thought that Gervonta Davis wasn't interested in any fight. And I saw somebody in the comment section. Well, they never said who reached out to who. Dude, if Keyshawn Davis is saying I think this guy may be interested in fighting me and and Tank is the A side, who you think was reaching out to who? Come on, man.
Exactly.
Come on, man. It was Tank Davis reaching out to Keyshawn Davis and his team to see, hey, man, maybe there is some potential here. Let's see what's going on. Let's see. You know, maybe not right now, but maybe it's a fight or two down the line. Maybe that's something that could happen. So all these narratives about Tank won't fight this person and Tank won't fight that person and Tank don't want to do this and Tank don't want to do that. Like Steven Espinosa is on record stating this. Now people are going to join our panel today and they're going to say it's going to be something contrary to that. And here's the thing, people, I don't know if it's that they're not intelligent enough to read between the lines or understand what's being said, or they choose not to. But when Shakur responded to Steven Espinosa and he said, man, that man lying, he ain't never sent me no offer. Well, he never said that he sent you an offer. He said that they had initial conversations and you wanted to go down a different path. So of course they never got to the point where they sent you an offer. You're playing with words to try to throw people off the scent. And that's fine. But when I heard you say that, I'm going to call it out. Yeah, he didn't send you an offer because you were never going to sign with them to begin with. And whatever price it was that you were looking for, they weren't going to be interested in it anyway, which was probably a multi-fight deal. So it is what it is. And we just got to stop trying to make these things about our own narratives and really let's make sure that we parse through what people are saying. Because a lot of time, like what Shakur was saying was not a lie. They didn't send him an offer. But you also got to be smart enough to understand what he's saying and what he's saying, which was, yeah, we know that they didn't send you an offer. That's not even what he said. It is what it is.
He like doing stuff like that.
Yes, sir.
Like doing.
I see you just said much appreciated to so did my man Flex BK?
Yeah, well he said, hey guys, driving, but yeah, I listen to a lot of channels. If you're non-biased, you got my ear. LOL, I'm driving. So far, you guys sound interesting. Do your thing.
Appreciate you, fam. Appreciate you. I would tell you this, Flex BK. Every channel has biases. Every fan has biases. We just try to support our thoughts and positions with real facts, and we don't try to like I'm a huge Boots fan, but you know I gotta present it based off of what I'm seeing, and yeah. So some people just come on and be like, man, Boots is amazing and everything is great, and you know everything isn't great right now with Boots, and I think all this can get cleaned up, but everything is not great right now. We can't pretend that it is. Yep, they are super biased against Bud. This channel is very PBC biased, unfortunately. Hey, man, I can't change your opinion, guys, but King KO has been around for a long time. Jason Williams been around for a long time. Yeah. So as biased as we supposedly are, these gentlemen have been around since I can remember, at least about the last 2 years. King KO and Jason Williams have been around since about the last 2 years. So maybe we are biased, but whatever. It's still an environment where people can come and voice their opinion and get the opportunity to say what it is that they want to say as well. So make sure you keep that in mind as well, Flex BK. You're going to hear all, I would say, and correct me if I'm wrong, chat, Jason Williams, since you like to say so much stuff, King KO, since you like to say so much stuff, I would say that we have one of the most diversified channels on YouTube as it relates to the diversity of fans. Devin fans, Crawford fans, Shakur fans, Canelo fans, Boots fans, Arrow fans, Tank fans. It's a smorgasbord in here. That's my opinion. So maybe I'm wrong.
Boxing I could be in here.
But
So,
Jay,
everyone be in here. Everyone's welcome, man.
yeah. So I think we getting close to that time.
Yeah, we got a couple left.
I agree. Y'all got all the crazies up in here. Well, that's fine. You up in here, so that means
That's
you
why
one of
you
the goddamn crazies too, some bitch. Anyway, Jay, I think it's time for us to maybe drop the link, open up the phone line.
Over.
We got one more topic to go over. You talking about the email champ?
And Devin Haney.
Oh man, let's do the email champ first, and then we can cover the other one at some point.
All right. So the WBO came out and said they're not going to recognize Spence. They don't have him in the top 15, so it won't be a voluntary defense for Fundora. So if Fundora were to lose to Spence will get the WBC or WBA belt?
WBC
belt. He'll get the WBC belt. The WBO belt will go to Bud Crawford without having to fight for it. So that's where we're using other people's logic of saying Bud will become an email champ based on other people's logic, not our logic. Other people's logic that came out there and saying that everyone else is an email champ.
No, that's my logic. He'll be the email champ.
So I mean,
look, listen. Bud Crawford. If Errol Spence win, Bud Crawford will become the 2-time undisputed and unified WBA and WBO email champion.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like it. The reason my problem with the WBO is the fact that they had Spence ranked number 5 and number 6, as high as number 5 and number 6 as far as 2 months ago. And now saying just throw him out of it. It's not they dropped them on the list; they just remove them completely. That was my issue with that. I didn't have an issue if it wasn't for that. I understand he's been inactive. I get that. I get that's one of the requirements. Because me and Greg, we went over that 2 weeks ago. Went over their requirements and whatnot.
Yeah,
it didn't bother me at all. But the fact that he was at 5 and 6, then at that time when he was number 5, they were actually talking about making a fight between Fundora and Spence. Then they got him up out of there, which threw off the whole fight time between him and Fundora, allegedly on that time. So it's BS to me. So but the email champ, based on people's logic, talking about Boots and talking about Haney, yeah, in that sense. But it's still a hell of a fighter. We're never saying he's not a hell of a fighter.
King R, he's already he's already a champion at 54. I agree, WBA, and he will be the WBA regular champion and the WBO email champ. It doesn't I don't care what you say. If he didn't beat somebody for the WBO title and it's just sent to him, he's an email champ. That is the definition of email champ. That you didn't beat a champion to get it. And they sent it to you by default because you were interim champion. That's what happened to Devin Haney. He was considered an email champion. That's what happened to Gervonta Ennis. He was considered an email champion. Terence Crawford will not skip the line, not skip this situation. He will also be an email champion. I don't give a damn what else he's accomplished. He's an email champion too. He's a 2-time undisputed and email champion.
See it with the chest.
Don Fabrizio, what the fuck are you talking about? He's the WBA regular champion. What do you mean? He's the champion at the WBA. They don't have a super champion right now. WBA doesn't have a super champion. He's just a champion, a WBA champion. What do you mean? Don't delete his stuff though. Don't delete him. Why y'all deleted him? He didn't say anything rude, or maybe I missed it, but I don't think he said anything rude. Don't delete him. Don't delete people. Don't delete people because they disagree with what we're saying, man.
So Jessica said Fundora could have been fought Bud, but he wanted to wait on Spence. Bud stepped out of the way from the table. Bud said they can go ahead and fight though.
Hey, listen. He will be a 2-time undisputed and an email champion for the WBO. It's just that simple. Like there's no getting around this. He will be a unified champion through email. Or would he not? whoever the president of the WBO is, I can't recall his name, but he's going to click a button and send the email over to Terence Crawford to tell him now he's the champion. He'll be a unified champion at 154 pounds through email. There's no getting around it. He's an email champion. And I ain't got a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that, but come on, man. When have we ever seen a guy be able to hold an actual regular title like the WBA regular title, right? Or whatever the WBA how does the WBA classify all their titles again? Because I'm now confused. The WBO has a super champion. The WBA also has a super champion, right?
Think so.
Yeah, they have. WBA has a super champion, and when there is, but you only get super champion status from having a certain amount of. Is that the WBO? I can't remember, man. They have all these dumbass rules. I can't remember. But anyway, at the end of the day, he's gonna get emailed a championship belt. And we got to live with that. We got to deal with it. I don't got to deal with it. Terence Crawford fans got to deal with it. I'm going to call that nigga. Every once in a while, I slip. Every once in a while, I forget where I'm at, man. I feel like I'm sitting here with my homies, and I slip. I'm going to call him an email champion at every opportunity. Every opportunity, email champion. That's who he's going to be. All right, Jay, I know we do have another topic, but I want to make sure that we open up. Let's do this. Let's open up the phone line first. Let's try this new feature, the phone line. So first, I got to find out what the hell is the new number, Jay. Right now, I can't remember. Let me hold on. Yeah. It's in the phone, right? Hold on. Yeah, you can say it and then I'll put it in there. I'll put it in there.
515.
Hold on, man. You fast, man. You fast.
No ass.
51. Man, fuck you. 515. Hold on.
Fuck yourself.
Fucked that up. I done fucked that up too. 515. Okay, go ahead.
603. 5644.
That is the new call-in number for AM Sports Media. I'm going to pin it at the top for those of you who want to call in. ASVP TV hit us with a $4.99, but then he retracted his comment, so I don't know what he said. But shout out to ASVP TV for the $4.99. Then Boxing Hacker hit us with the $5. Tank refused to collect the email belt, and by default, his belt became the only belt. Should call him the leftover champion. EJ is skipping the line. I ain't trying to hear all that EJ skipping the line. You didn't say that when Terence Crawford was skipping the line. He just skipped a bunch of line. You were supporting Terence Crawford going up and fighting Canelo Alvarez, skip the line. Hell out of here with all that skip the line stuff from you, buddy.
Root Exposure, I agree with that. He said Root Exposure says too many belts in boxing. Facts. There's too many of them. There's too many of them.
I'm waiting for Walt to call in. Walt needs to be the first person on the new phone line system, man. Okay, ASVP TV just hit it with another $4.99. Make sure it's delivered in a fancy briefcase. LOL, I might have to buy one myself. That's fine. I'm glad y'all accept that. Long as y'all are not arguing against it, I have no problem with that. We all accept that he is an email champion. Hey, don't delete Don Fabrizio Gambino email. I didn't find anything that he said offensive to me. It wasn't offensive to me. So don't delete his stuff. If he doesn't agree with us, I don't care. Don Fabrizio Gambino, I'm curious, where are you from?
I think that's Fabrizio, man.
Oh.
Don Fabrizio.
Oh, damn it, man. I didn't know that. Hey, we got somebody in the building, 850. What's going on, fam?
What's up, buddy? No, I was just reading y'all talking about the email champ, but you got to be real. Who's the email champ too? You know, but I mean, all these guys, too many boxing organizations with their rules. But I want to hear what y'all think about Mongia getting knocked out last night.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to see what y'all think about Mongia getting knocked out last night.
Oh, yeah.
I know y'all Boots fans, but I want to got to be real. Boots an email champ also, like, but you admitted it, you said it. So, you know, and I want to know, do y'all think Boots duck Ortiz?
Okay, so as far as Mongia, I think that serves Canelo right, because I think that fight should have never been made. And it just shows the level of competition that Canelo was in the ring with, and the fact that Canelo actually carried him. So that's my thoughts on it. I'm not surprised that Mongia got put in the dirt. Not surprised at all. As far as Boots is concerned, I don't believe that he ducked Virgil. But I do believe that he needs to be more concise in what it is that he's doing. I don't think Boots is afraid to fight anybody. But if you're this is why I think Boots need to come out and talk more. Because if Eddie Hearn is talking for him and he's making the comment that Boots is going to fight a champion next, and then he ends up fighting Tio, well, that's not a good look, right? So because you supposedly forgoed the opportunity to face Virgil to fight to fight Tio doesn't make any sense, right? Or you supposedly forgoed Virgil to fight for a title, and then you fight Tio. That's just not a good look. So those are my thoughts on those particular situations. Jay, any thoughts on it?
So basically, he really need to go ahead and get that Brian Norman fight then.
That's what I would like to see, but I think Brian Norman is already locked in.
Yeah, but Norman ain't really got no hell of a resume neither, so them two need to go on fight, because Boots really ain't had no big fight yet. The Ortiz would have been a good look, because Turkey came out and said that, you know, Boots promised them. I don't know what the breakdown on that was, but Boots need to go and have a big marquee matchup. He haven't had that yet. So that's why, I mean, Boots a good fighter, like, but you remember when Bud said he offered Boots to fight when they had that black that little, you know, that little promotion that came out, Black
BOK? BOK? BOK?
Yeah, BLK. Yeah, they had the BLK. Bud said they offered him a deal, but I don't know what happened with that either. It's just like, it ain't like the old days no more, man. You got all this ducking and dodging. You got all these sanctioning bodies with these rules. But back in the Sugar Ray Leonard days, and all them boys fought each other. Hagler, Hearns, like, you got all the big fights. Now boxing is really watered down. I'm 48 years old, so I remember all them big fights. You know, I was young, but I still remember all them, like the Leonard Hearns got them on Church of Chicken commercials with cups and all that. I remember all that stuff. But yeah, boxing kind of watered down, man. That's why the UFC, Dana make the toughest guys fight each other, besides Ngannou and John Jones. But you get all the big fights over there versus boxing. It's too much politics. It's terrible.
Facts.
Yeah, you ain't saying nothing wrong.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, we finna get Fury and Usyk, but Joshua and Wilder should have been made a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Wilder would have whooped them then. We'll never know. Because now Joshua keep getting, you know, Joshua really was scared because he had that glass jaw. So, you know, we ain't never get that fight. And then, you know, that made Wilder fight Fury. Fury was washed up. And you seen what happened. But in that first fight, I really think Joshua got him. But, I mean, hey, man, you know, I believe after them two fights, man, that really just messed Joshua up, man.
Yeah, we'll see what Joshua looks like coming back in his next fight, but I don't think he's been the same since he lost to who was the first one to put the L on it? Was it Andy?
Andy Ruiz.
Yeah. So I don't think he's been the same since then. I think once he realized, man, that his chin could be cracked, I don't think he's been the same.
Okay, I can't think of the fighter name. The Mexican guy who Shakur was supposed to fight, and then he told me his arm hurt. What's his name again? Oscar fighter.
Zapata.
Yeah, Zapata. You think that was a duck?
You mean after the fight with what you call it, right? What's buddy name?
He just had that fight, and he got that boy from Philly.
Yeah, I can't think of his name right now.
I would say it was a duck if he's actually hurt.
Yeah, if he's actually hurt, he's not. If he's not, he's not ducking in. But
it's a shame we got to use the term duck for everybody. Oh, that's a duck. This a duck. That's a duck. But really, it'd be the promoters, man. That's what it really be. You know what I'm saying? I don't think none of these fighters are scared to fight nobody. But the promoters have their agendas and don't want to put their fighter against because they're trying to build them up. So that's just like the flow of Schofield versus Shakur. Oscar didn't want him to fight him, but the daddy was like, nah, we fighting him. So, you know, Maybe the daddy see something that they can expose and secure that Oscar don't see. Oscar called him a prospect, but he had 21 fights. I don't even think Tio had that many fights. And one more thing before I go. Do you think Tio's really clout chasing on all these names he's dropping? Because the last fight Tio had, that white boy beat the brakes off Tio. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, me personally, I think Tio is really clout chasing on all these fighters.
Yeah.
And, you know, he know Aaron ain't going to make the fights. So he just saying it anyway. Because he know it really ain't going to happen. You know what I mean? He do not want no buzz. He do not want no damn boots. But you had Devin Haney. You don't want to fight Haney. You don't want to fight Shakur. But you talking about you want Crawford and all of them. Man, come on, man. And that's all I got, y'all. I'm gone.
All right. Appreciate you, fam.
All right.
Yeah, shit.
Man, we got.
If Tio were to fight Crawford, well, he
The
fight
big
Boots. I want Olsen to
dog.
put him in the dirt.
You got the big dog up in here, man.
We got a bust up in here from Shreveport. But what's going on?
Man, y'all out here hating on my boy Bud. Man,
How?
it's been a few weeks. Y'all done gave him some grace, but now y'all coming back.
Hold on. AS, bro, we ain't talked about Crawford in about 8 weeks.
That's why I said y'all done gave him a few weeks, man.
Yeah, I keep trying to tell people we don't really talk about Crawford as much as they try to say we do. When we were talking about him, it was because it was right before a fight, during a fight, and right after a fight, just like every other channel does. But go ahead.
Yeah, man. Off topic for a minute, man. Supreme, stop deleting these comments that you don't agree with, man. Stop doing that.
Yeah,
Y'all
don't do that, Supreme.
Fabrizio a wrench, man. If that's Fabrizio from the Discord, yeah, give him a wrench, man.
Yeah.
They up here
That is that Fabrizio from the Discord?
Greg, I done told you this 10 times. Yeah, man.
Oh
Damn.
yeah. I gotta
Oh,
give you a
listen.
wrench. Hold on. You definitely can't delete Fabrizio, man. What are we doing? Like, that's my dude, man. We argue all the time. Don't agree with shit he say. But go ahead.
But yeah, man, this objective ASAP today, man. But you know, Espinoza said what he said about Shakur. Said he want a long-term deal. You know, me with my common sense, my high IQ, you know, the math ain't mathing for me. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
we were round the clock. For the past year or two. What we see from the PBC.
I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you to tell me.
So basically, we see fights.
I'm still listening. I'll be back.
You hear me?
I hear you.
Yeah.
We see fights get scheduled 1 minute, then rescheduled the next. And if they struggling to get dates for their top guy, I don't see why a fighter coming in will want a long-term deal for them when the purpose is just one fight. You know what I'm saying? So when Espinoza said that Shakur wanted a long-term deal, I don't too much. I'm not really buying that. You know, it don't really make sense. Just thinking about it, it don't make sense at all. You know what I'm saying? Of course, Canelo, you know, he got his dates. You know, he got his 2 dates locked in regardless. But instead of having to reschedule Tank fight and then the Fundora and Spence fight.
Let me say something real quick. Hold up, real quick. You're taking something out of context. PBC did not want a long-term deal with him. He was seeking a long-term deal. So neither party, there was no connection.
That's
what doesn't make sense.
Saying doesn't make sense. That's why I'm not buying it, because it don't make sense. If we can see that they struggling to make dates for their top guys, then
no, you're misunderstanding. You're misunderstanding. You're misunderstanding. He wants a long-term deal, and that is what he's looking for. They're not offering a long-term deal, so there's no connection. It's not like he told them that he was looking for a long-term deal from them.
Did he say he wanted a long-term deal from PBC?
No, he said he was looking for a long-term deal in general. And PBC's not offering that, so there's nothing for them to talk about. PBC wanted him for one fight, and that's Tank. He wants a long-term deal, and he wants to be in a situation where he can get a long-term deal. So it didn't connect. That's what they were basically saying. So that's where I'm lost with what you mean. It didn't make sense.
You're giving more facts to that also by saying that, well, PBC is struggling to get dates. So why would they give someone a long-term deal if they're struggling to get dates? One fight.
That's why I'm saying I don't think Shakur wanted a long-term deal from them.
That's fine.
That don't make sense.
That's fine, but Steven Espinosa never said he was looking for a long-term deal from them. That he was just simply looking for a long-term deal.
And I'm saying I doubt that because it don't make sense. You
doubt what?
He gotta be he gotta be smarter than that.
Hold on. Steven Espinosa. Hold on. Steven Espinosa never said that he was looking for a long-term deal from them. That he was simply looking for a long-term deal. PBC, according to my understanding, even back in August, was not interested in a long-term deal with Shakur Stevenson. So neither was they offering that, and Shakur and Steven Espinosa did not say that he asked for that specifically from them. That he was simply looking for something different than what they could offer, which was a long-term deal. That's it.
Now with the Spence and Fundora situation, I'm on record saying that I want that fight. You know, both belts be on the line. I got Spence winning. You know, the whole hoopla. You know, I don't necessarily have a problem with their ruling. To not rank him, I don't necessarily have a problem with it because he's been inactive, coming off an L. You know what I'm saying?
The L is dumb, but being inactive is legit. Like that's a legit argument. The L is dumb.
Why is the L dumb?
Because we've seen a lot of fighters who are
coming off a lot. Hold on. Let me ask you, why is that not a valid point to say this guy coming off a loss? Why should he move up in weight that he ain't never fought it and get a title shot coming off a loss? Why is that not a valid point?
No. We're talking about getting ranked, not just title shot. We're talking about getting ranked. Like, coming off of a loss is not a reason why
he shouldn't get ranked because he ain't fought.
That's a legitimate reason, but not getting ranked because you coming off of a loss is bullshit. That makes no sense.
He was already ranked though. That's the thing.
Look, in my opinion, they should just for the sake of the fight, like just so it ain't weird, like for a casual to tune in and be like, why you not getting both of the belts? Like just for the sake of the fight, go and get both of the belts. But I understand, why they doing what they doing. That's why I say, even though that's the case, even though basically how the belt situation gonna go if Spence win, I don't care. Shit, fuck it. They want to play around and act like 1 minute you don't want to fight Bud, arrow the plan, and next minute you want to fight him, and then he chooses to step aside and let y'all do y'all thing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really have a problem with it. And for the people that got so much criticism for the WBO out here hating, acting like they not standing on business. Well, you should be mad at the WBC too. Be mad at them for putting fighters in the ring for title shots coming off of KO losses. Be mad at them about that. Call them corrupt for that before you open your mouth about the WBO.
There's going to be future situations that are going to occur.
That's what people that got the complaints about the WBO. If you complaining about the move they making, you should have been complaining about the WBC when they put Fundora in there with Tim, and now that they trying to make Spence versus Fundora, you should have some pushback for that too. So, yeah, man. But
hold on, I'm lost with that statement because wasn't Tim fighting a voluntary fight and they just put Fundora in there who was ranked in that sanctioning body? How is that similar to the current situation that we're seeing right now? It's the fact that they coming off of KO losses, my guy. That's why Fundora got knocked out by Mendoza.
and then come back and get an immediate title
That
shot.
was a
Now,
refusal.
granted, that ain't how it was originally set up. Originally, it was Tim versus
Keith Thurman.
Thurman at 155 at a 155 catch weight.
Okay.
Because you know how they is about the WBO and stuff. So I give them some leeway for that. But at the same time, these guys getting title shots after KO losses, like it ain't really, it don't make sense to me, you know. But
Man,
it's neither here or there.
fighters lose.
Me personally, I didn't have no criticism.
So let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
So using your logic, why would fighters put themselves in a position to ever lose if they're not going to get the opportunity to fight and they got to build themselves all the way back up? Specifically, I'm talking about top flight fighters that have already put in the work. Hold on, let me finish. They've already put themselves in the position that they're in with the requisite fights. And so if they get up to the top and now they're fighting upper echelon fighters and they lose, whether it's by knockout or not, because we know that all it takes is one punch. Why would you ever put yourself in a position in a fight that you would lose because now you got to get knocked down to the bottom of the rung and you need to work your way all the way back up when you've already proven that you're an elite top level fighter?
Well, let me say this. You don't have to go back to the bottom of the rung. But
That's what you said.
Title shot, come on now. Come on, Greg.
Why not? Why not?
Can we agree on that? Not an immediate title shot.
It depends on who you are. It depends on who you are. It depends on who you are.
Well, of course, that play a role. Like you said yourself, certain guys get titles because of who they associated with.
Like Errol Spence.
I'm saying that's my criticism. I don't have a criticism for you. Ain't never heard me talk about the sanctioning body rankings or who they moving around. Well, I ain't never had criticism for none of that, you know. But me personally, if we gonna complain, let's complain about it all. If we gonna have a problem with the WBO doing, we need to have problems with what the WBC was doing too. We can't pick one and then forget about the other. We can't do that.
So if we can't call Gervonta Ennis an email champion without calling Terence Crawford one when they email him the title,
Did I call Boots an email champion?
I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn.
Hold on. If we go there, all them niggas at 147 email champion. If we go,
that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
You know how to
but using your logic, hold on. But you just made an argument about if you was okay with the WBC, then you got to be okay with the WBO, and there's going to be people that didn't say that either. So what I'm asking you is, can we apply that same logic?
Listen, I never had a problem with how these guys got their titles. I never called them email champions. It is what it is.
But so that's fine. That's fine.
I didn't have a problem with the WBC or their rankings or making them. I'm just saying, if you gonna have
that's fine.
Then you need to have a problem with the other things too.
That's fine. That's fine.
I don't have a problem with how these guys got their titles. I'm just saying, if you call him Bud, you might well call him.
But you weren't in the comment. Hold on. You weren't in the Discord. You weren't in the Discord criticizing Gervonta Davis for never being a champion, even though he has a WBA title.
No, I said he ain't never unified. I said he ain't never.
But then you got a problem. Then you got a problem with how he got his rank. Then you got a problem with him.
This is what I said. I said he ain't never tried to fight the best guys at the division, which was Tio and Devin, the main two I use as an example.
So, hey, let me ask you a question. So, at the end of the day, Terence Crawford, and Gervonta Ennis, if Terence Crawford has emailed that title, it's all the same thing, right? It's the same.
Yeah,
correct?
Whatever you want to call it. But if
but it's all the same thing. I don't care. It's all the same thing. You can call it he's a real champion, email champion, what?
I didn't call one an email champion.
Is it all the same thing? For the people that call Gervonta Ennis an email champion that were Terence Crawford fans, they must also conclude that Terence Crawford is an email champion. Okay, that's all I want to hear. That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear.
What I said.
That's what I want to hear.
Even though the circumstances are what they are, I still want Spence to go in there and win. He can get the WBC title and go ship us that WBO. As long as Fundora ain't got no belts at the end of it, I don't give a damn. Because if Bud would have went in there and knocked him out, you would have said, "Oh, Brian Mendoza already knocked him out." So it don't matter at this point. You know what I'm saying? As long as Fundora ain't got no titles at the end of it, and he can thank Samson Lucas shit. He can thank him for this all this coming to fold. So Spence going down, he do his job. I'm gonna put money on him if he the underdog. Go on, take the WBC, send us the WBO, and whoever next, whatever else needs to be answered, we can figure that out in the ring. Cause ain't nobody beating Bud at 54, man. Ain't nobody gonna put their money up on a guy to beat him. And so it is what it is. Step in the ring or get out of the way, man. That's all I'm saying. That's my call. And yeah, Jamel Charlo, he ain't gonna do nothing either. He ain't gonna do nothing. He gonna sit and watch Bud hold his belt. He ain't gonna do nothing. So yeah, I'm gonna holler at y'all.
All right, man. Later. Oh man, boy, these Terence Crawford fans, I'm so goddamn tired of them. I really need this ninja to get knocked out. I need somebody to put him in the dirt ASAP.
Oh, Dragonfly Jones and Jason Williams, y'all saying Tank isn't unifying now? Was Tank not just trying to fight Loma for his belt? And Loma had said no. I mean, y'all gotta stop acting like those conversations didn't happen.
All right, guys, we just dropped the link to the channel as well. Dragonfly Jones is in the building. Yeah, we just dropped the link to the I guess the panel, whatever you want to call it, for you guys to join us live panel. Definitely want to get y'all in the building. I know it's a lot of y'all that like to get on here and voice as well. It doesn't seem like we're gonna have any more people call in. And all of this is interconnected, right? So, I mean, if you're on the live panel, you'll be able to hear the people on the phone. For the people that are on the phone, you'll be able to hear the people on the live panel and all that other stuff. So, I mean, it took a lot of ingenuity to pull something like this off and set it all up by yourself without having any kind of training and any of this type of stuff. Isn't that right, Jay? I'm the man, ain't I? I said I'm the man, ain't I? I said I'm the goddamn man. Oh, so you don't hear me now, you son of a bitch. Oh, you watching your clock and everything, huh? You see it? Oh, okay. Okay.
Well, y'all moved the goalposts and everything. Now you talking about how many years of Loma calling him out. Y'all know that shit wasn't going to happen with Loma and Tank. That was an in-house shit with Loma, which was signed contractually to Top Rank at ESPN. Y'all know that shit wasn't going to happen. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about right now. Did Loma not duck out? Yes or no? Dragonfly Jones? Yes or no?
Man, Jason Williams, boy, that motherfucker's a hater. Boy, god damn, I ain't never seen a ninja hate like this, boy.
Mr. Vegas, what's happening, man?
Mr. Vegas, what's going on, man? I need to make sure you're around though when your boys lose, rather. Texas. Them ninjas going out in the first round.
God damn it.
Whole ass Texas. Going right out. So Greg carries Jason in all aspects of AM Sports Media, huh? No. No, Jason is the VP of Content Creation. That's his title. Jason is VP Content Creation.
I do background shit, man. I do the shit that gives him I help put the battery in his back at times and just let him go.
Man, fuck you. Fuck you.
I be giving you layups, man. I be putting you in position.
You don't be giving me layups, motherfucker. You give me some stuff, but you don't be giving me no goddamn layups. Some stuff some stuff I just create. Question mark. Y'all ain't gonna laugh about that. That's an inside thing. But anyway, Jason does a lot of the research. Jason do a lot of the research. Jason do a lot of the stuff that's related to like going in there and following the fighter, breaking down what the fighter does well, what the fighter doesn't do well. Yeah, Jason like on the content side, in regards to like pulling together a lot of information. I tend to parse through the content, figure out what's hot, what's not, based off of trends and stuff like that. I do all the thumbnails because I'm more technical. I do all the computer setup stuff because I'm just more technical. Yeah, and that's kind of how we do it. And then it all rolls together and comes into this nice little neat package that you guys see on a weekly basis or a daily basis with the videos. That's kind of how it works. And then Jason is around to help test all the stuff too. So when I fuck something up, Jason is there to help me test it to resolve it.
I just don't blast him like I should.
Yeah, shut up. I wasn't trying to kick Jason off the show.
He did that shit. He said I was locked up. He said all types of shit about me when I was away.
Oh,
in Japan.
Hey, should have been here. You should have been here. If you ain't here and you ain't tell the people where you at and they wonder where you at, I'm gonna tell them everything. He locked up. Motherfucker over there with Diddy in them. I'm gonna say it all. I'm gonna say it all. I'm gonna say it all.
Hey, Greg, this link not working.
Oh, my bad, dog. I think I gave y'all the wrong link. I'm sorry.
See?
Now that I think about it. Yeah, I definitely gave y'all the wrong link. My bad. My bad. That is the link right there. Let me pin the correct link.
Hey, Jason, thank you for reminding me about that. Yeah, I forgot he told their people said I was locked up and shit.
I tell a motherfucker anything. I tell a motherfucker anything about you. If they believe it, they believe it.
This is what I deal with.
If they believe it, they believe it.
All things said that link was specific for hacker.
Man, fuck y'all.
Nuke, what's happening, my man?
Who in the building? Nuke. What's going on, Nuke?
On their head on Twitter, boy.
Oh yeah, man. Nuke be getting it in on Twitter, man. That's my dog, man. He one of the few people I follow on Twitter.
Facts.
Nuke, you Jamaican? Ain't no Nuke with Jamaican. I'm Jamaican too, dog. Yeah, fuck you. Anyway, let's see. Anybody join yet? We wait for. Okay, we got a couple people in the building. We got Boxing Hackers in the building. Boxing Hackers one of my favorite. Boxing Hackers one of my favorite people now, man. When he first joined our live stream, I hated his motherfucking guts. But now you're one of my favorite people. What's going on, Boxing Hacker?
Man, I'm good, brother. How you guys doing today?
Doing good, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, I want to jump in on that whole Shakur talk. You know, because I've been sort of going on a little bit of a rant about it for a little bit.
Yeah, what's up?
So I've been saying this, right? One thing about it, if you listen to what Espinosa says or the way he talks, you have to take him in a very literal sense because he's talking for his company as well. So he can't just like oversay things or undersay or give things like how can I say it? Depict something that isn't true because somebody could sue him.
Yeah.
So he's very careful about the things he says or the information he even reveals, And so with that being said, when he came to that interview about the whole Shakur situation, the only thing he even mentioned in the interview was that, hey, we had preliminary talks in the beginning. At first he didn't really want to go into it, and then afterwards he was like, what Shakur wanted I guess back then was a little bit different. And that he said that Shakur wanted a multi-fight deal instead of a single fight deal. But what he never said is what they wanted, And I think that's why I'm always like, hey guys, before we start trying to say, oh, Shakur ducked him this time or that time, Espinosa never said that. He just said explicitly what Shakur wanted. I
don't think Shakur ducked him though.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think, and even Shakur was like, hey, according to from Shakur's side, he was saying that they told him that they're not ready to fight him and they will fight him in 2025. So
yeah,
that's
I think Shakur. This is my opinion. This is no facts. I don't know this. I think Shakur wanted a multi-fight deal that was going to be tied to Eddie Hearn, where he could make a boatload of money working with Turki Al-Sheikh. I can tell you just what was communicated to me that PBC had no big interest like that in Shakur Stevenson. In regards to like signing him to a multi-year, like they're not interested in Shakur like that. Like no bullshit. Like they're not interested in him like that. So so yeah. So I mean, it is what it is on that one.
I don't think it's even
You want to
about.
make that money with Eddie Hearn. You want to make that money fighting the likes of Joe Cordino.
I don't even think it's about even the general interest. I think what they were doing was they were probing, because if you remember, Edwin Del Santos teams also said at first they contacted them as well, and according to them, this is what they said, that fight, they said they wanted the Tank fight, but Tank's team ended up going with Lamont Roach instead, So I think what they were doing was just, doing inquiries, just seeing like the landscape of things, and choosing what
was hurt though.
Huh?
Well, was hurt at the
according
time.
to their team, they were ready to take the fight. I hear people saying that he was hurt, but according to his team, the people in place for him, they said they were ready, and they even agreed to take the fight. But the Tank's team decided to go for Lamont Roach instead. And I think that's just what it is. I think as for, and this is speculation as well, but I think they're just going to gauge the landscape, and then what they're going to do is pick the best fight for them at the moment.
And there's a lot of things that could be true.
To Lamont Roach, but
Yeah, there's a lot of things that could be true in regards to that, without it being a situation where either fighter wanted to fight each other. My thing is, like, when you start hearing people talking about why Tank didn't send the contract, that's the dumb shit that I start to hate. And Shakur is the one that was on record talking about man, just, if you pay me so and so, then I'll come make the fight. And then he doesn't make it, even when they're, they like, personally, I don't have a problem with it, because I understand that at the end of the day, you get into a conversation, you talking, and you like, hey, somebody challenging you, da 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 da. You're gonna answer that challenge, and then you leave that platform and you get around your management team, and your management team say, dude, are you crazy? Like, we're not going to do that because da 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 da. And then you pull off of that. I completely understand that. I have no issue with it. However, you can't, your fans can't then start coming in and talking about why Gervonta Davis ain't sitting no contract and all this other stuff. That's the problem that I have.
It's so, and it sort of stimulates from this, right? Tank. So let me just start by saying Tank. He's a great fighter. He's fought, a lot of good, contenders. He's fought some ex-world champions. He's fought some amazing fights, and all his fights have been pretty spectacular. However, the main drawback, the main thing that people criticize for Tank is that at 135, during his campaign run, he has yet to fight a current 135 champion. He's been there for 5 years at least, but he's yet to fight a current 135 champion. So there has been no TOs, there's not been no Lomas, there's not been no Devins, so he's great on one regard, but then how high can you really say he is when he hasn't fought one of the current champions?
Can I ask you a question though? At 135 at the time,
yeah,
who was a champion that was tied to PBC? Because everybody that I just heard you say, Loma, Shakur, they were all top ranked.
You are correct. So, but here's the thing, though. He has been in position to execute like a mandatory status. So it's hard, at least push for it. If you think about Devin's a free agent, right? Devin's and if you remember Devin's career, they were literally almost blackballing Devin for a long time. He didn't get a chance to fight Lomachenko. Lomachenko got the franchise. Devin had to get the WC World, Super, and then when he got the Super, people were just saying, "Hey, Devin was an email champ," even though they ignored the fact that Loma didn't even want to fight Devin. However, Devin was persistent and ended up becoming undisputed, despite all the odds being against him. So when you look at somebody like Devin, who doesn't have a bigger machine like Tank did, because Tank had freaking Floyd Mayweather, and who had all this pushback and still become undisputed. It's hard to
can I ask you a question? What was the pushback that he had? Because in theory, when I think about my dude Big Supreme is in the building, so when I think about Devin didn't really. What was the pushback that he had? I mean,
so for instance, Lomachenko never wanted to fight Devin. I mean, Devin called out Lomachenko for years, and once the franchise happened, once he petitioned for a franchise, Devin got the Super. I think Tank was in a mandatory position for Devin, and then after that, Lomachenko and Tio fought, right? And Tio beat Lomachenko. Tio ended up petitioning if he wins, he wants the franchise as well, you know. And then they started changing the ruling over the franchise. Remember, at first, franchise was just a award. It was sort of like the Ring Magazine title. It wasn't something that could be like passed over to person, you know. And it wasn't like a championship title. But then they started trying to change the ruling so you could be considered undisputed with it, you know, which was impossible because it wasn't a championship. It wasn't a title you can win in the championships, you know. But they try to push a narrative that, hey, like, okay, if I get this, I'm going to be undisputed, blah, blah, blah. Tio now has a chance to fight Devin, right? You know, to kill the dispute. Tio can fight Devin, kill this dispute. Tio said, I'm not going to fight Devin. I'm going to fight George Kambosos. And if I win, I'm going to drop all the belts and leave the division. Those were Tio's statements, right? If you guys remember that? He said, if I beat George Kambosos, I will never fight Devin. I'm dropping all my titles and leaving the division, you know. So
and that removes Tio from the discussion for Tank then.
It can say as well, but it was more that time was a conversation between him and Devin. You know, it wasn't really about Tank because Tank hasn't still fought a current world champion. So when that happened, so remember there was this thing where people were saying that, Devin was like a traitor because he was rooting for George Kambosos instead of Teofimo Lopez. Yeah,
because he knew that was the easier opponent for him.
No. That wasn't the reason. The reason was because Tio has said that if he wins, he's blackballing Devin from even challenging him. He's gonna drop all titles. If he drops all titles, they get dispersed again, like the Dragon Ball. You know?
So
they're going to fight Devin.
So how is it such a so difficult for Devin? Then he got one shot at it with an easy champion, really.
No, one shot. It was three. So first off, he had to fight 3 times. Go to the champion's house twice. Even if he won the first time, he had to go back to Australia to fight Kambosos. Then he had to take a third option with Lomachenko.
Yeah, so I'm just talking about getting to that first undisputed. He had to go over there and fight.
He had to take a crazy deal.
That's fine. That's fine. He took a crazy deal, but I'm talking specifically about the opponent. The opponent was trash.
You can't really say that because he beat Tio on his best.
Tio was sick.
We can't make excuses for that. Come on, man. We can't make excuses for that. At the end of the day, fighters go through rigid training camp. People get hurt.
Yeah. So let me ask you this, though. Right? Let me ask you this. No, I agree. But every subsequent to that, what has Kambosos done? But prior to that fight,
he beat Mickey Bay.
Mickey Bay was before. I said subsequent to that. No, I said subsequent to Devin Haney. What has he done? Nothing. And then prior to that, he struggled with Mickey Bay. Mickey Bay, who was a light version of Devin Haney. He's Devin Haney light.
Right. Okay.
So Devin knew he was gonna beat that dude, man. He knew he was gonna whoop it. Everybody knew he was gonna whoop his ass.
So here's the problem. What you're saying, right? He's going over to Australia, right?
Man, fuck all that.
And it's gonna be like top right character. Nobody expected Devin Haney to finish a 3-fight deal. They figured he was going to get robbed along the way. That was the whole premise, that Devin was going to get robbed. In fact, the third fight with Lomachenko, nobody thought he could get a decision. They said if it's even slightly close.
Can I ask you a question?
Lomachenko has to win that fight. Remember that.
Okay, no, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Finish saying what you were saying.
Because Lomachenko was a prima donna of like Top Rank. So they looked at it, they were like, if Lomachenko wins, I mean, it's slightly close. It's Lomachenko's. That's why when people saw there was like hiccups between the 10th and 11th of the Lomachenko fight, they'll automatically say, "Oh, it's over for Devin," you know, because they figured there was no way Devin could get a decision in a close fight. You know, the robbery was set.
Why is Devin Haney?
It wasn't be a close fight though.
It was a close fight.
What fight with
Lomachenko? Yeah, it was a close fight. It was
Loma was a close fight. I thought you were talking about Kambosos. I'm like, we knew that wasn't going to be a close fight.
Kambosos I'm gonna keep saying he beat Tio, and Tio didn't look sick in that ring. I mean, he could say he was sick afterwards.
So
that brother looked like he finished all 12 rounds strong.
Listen, Mickey Bay, George Kambosos actually won on 2 of the scorecards and lost on the other one versus Mickey Bay. So So that was a fight, right? And Mickey Bay has to be at least, I don't know, 60% of what Devin Haney is. And Devin's a lot bigger. Like Devin, like it's not this amazing feat that he went over there and beat him in Australia. Man, everybody knew he was going to beat him. It's not like it was like that much of in danger of him losing to him in like by robbery. He is so much above and beyond what this guy is. He's not going to lose to him. So yeah, the Lomachenko fight was a close one. That was one that he could have possibly lost. But actually just becoming undisputed, I just argue against that. That was some amazing feat.
Let me ask you something, Greg. Okay, prior to fighting Devin Haney, what could Kambosos have done to show you that he was an elite fighter?
Nothing.
Exactly.
Because he's not. Because he's not.
He beat at the end. He is what he beat Tio. Like, and Tio was the guy who beat Lomachenko.
Man, Tio fought him without a windpipe. Man, Tio fought him.
And he finished all 12 rounds strong. I don't understand. If you're esophagus or his lungs fall out, you ain't gonna finish 12 rounds that strong. He finished the 12 rounds strong.
Let's
for air in the third round.
Let's get Big Supreme in though. Let's get Big Supreme in because my dog is in the building, man. That's my dog right there. Big Supreme, what's going on, man? Big Supreme, you muted or something? I can't hear you. Shit, can y'all hear Big Supreme?
No, I can't hear him.
Hold on.
He back.
Okay, I can hear you now.
No, go ahead.
What about now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
We can hear you.
You can hear me now? Oh, yeah. All right, so, yeah, I don't think Kambosos is an elite fighter at all. I think he got an elite win. Like, you can't use that and say that Kambosos is elite because when you look at my man Mayorga, he beat Vernon Forrest twice. Does that make Mayorga elite? No. He just got a good victory. Styles make fights. Yep. Kambosos is not won a fight since he beat Tio. Like, what was that, 4 years ago?
I think he won one. I think he's won one.
It was arguable that he lost to Maxie Hughes.
He beat Hughes, but he really didn't beat him, though, you know?
Yeah.
On the records, he beat him, though, so you gotta call it what it is, right? We can all pretend, yeah, but I mean, on record, that's what happened, you know?
Yeah, what happened after that fight?
What happened is what happened, you know? There are a lot of fights
but Kambosos not elite.
Really win.
You're not gonna use Kambosos to try to boost Devin Haney's like resume, bro. He's not elite at all.
No, he's not.
But Kambosos did earn his spot to mandatory. He did beat Tio fair and square.
He really didn't earn his spot. Like he just was.
He did earn his spot to the mandatory position. Yes, he did.
Listen, he was with Lou DiBella, and Lou DiBella has been in the
what was
boxing
his ranking
for years.
What was his ranking when he fought?
Listen, bro, you can pay for rankings, bro. That shit doesn't mean nothing at all, bro.
Okay, so when does okay? Let me ask you guys something because this is strange to me. Before the Devin fight, when can y'all give me an algorithm that you always said Kambosos is good? Because you guys
Kambosos before Haney had 4 split decisions.
So there's nobody. Okay, are you saying there's nobody except the
bro? How do you have 4 split decisions in a row? How?
He's not good, bro.
How is that elite? What?
He's not good. Like he's an okay fighter, but he's not like that, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah, he's alright. He's not like you trying to make it sound like he's elite, bro.
See, the problem I have here is this, right? When he beat Tio, a lot of people weren't saying this. A lot of people were not saying.
No, we were still saying it.
Actually, I don't know if you guys said it.
It was more about what Tio didn't do, not about what Kambosos did. It was more about what Tio looked bad.
Hey, you know what? Boxing Hacker, whether we were saying it or not, it fits our narrative today, so we're going to shit on him. Go ahead.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I feel like now after Devin beat him, this whole narrative that Kambosos was trash, he was the worst champion in history.
Nigga, he was trash. What are you talking about?
Devin beat him. Only after Devin, like his status completely changed when Devin
beat
him.
but he wasn't. Hold up. What was his status before he fought Tio?
I think it was ranked number 1, right? He had to
No. I'm not talking about his ranking. What was his status? What did people consider him before Tio?
You know, he wasn't that known. He was only known for like being like.
So he didn't have any status, right?
He didn't have no name, bro.
He didn't have.
Okay. So he had no status after that fight, and he won against Tio. Who did he lose against immediately and lost the titles? Lomachenko.
Haney.
No. Haney. Yes, Haney. So he lost against Haney, and then subsequent to that, he lost 3 out of 4. So he still doesn't have any title status. So there's nothing that he's done before or after that warranted a high level of status outside of one victory.
But to be fair, the two people he lost to were literally the best people in the division, right?
Yo, bro, to be fair, before he fought Haney, he had 4 split decisions in a row.
And he struggled with Mickey Bay. But he struggled with Mickey Bay.
He struggled with Lee Selby.
Okay, what made Mickey Bay bad?
With him. Like, he's not elite, bro. Like, he's not
elite.
doing anything to say that he's elite, bro.
Okay, what is elite? Okay, when do y'all stop considering something? Wait, let me ask something. So are you trying to say he's elite pending? You'll say that, right?
No, nigga, he's not elite at all.
He ain't pending shit.
What? Hold up. This is crazy work. This is actually nasty work. Let me ask you a real question. This is true nasty work. Nigga. What makes somebody cross elite? Because he was undefeated. He was undefeated. When did somebody cross elite? Let me know.
Who cares about that?
Huh?
Who cares about being undefeated, bro? A lot of these
fighters. Okay, when does somebody become elite? What makes them elite? I'm
gonna tell you something. This is my go ahead, boxing. Yeah, go ahead.
Let me say something, Greg. All right, so when you look at yesterday's fight with Charles Conwell, and I'm not even going to expose you for not even knowing who Charles Conwell was, hacker, but whatever. Okay. He fought.
You exposed him by saying you're not going to expose him. Go ahead.
I had to do it because I was disgusted. I'm like, how you don't know who Charles Conwell is? That's crazy. And you say you're a boxing fan, but anyway, so Charles Conwell, he fought a dude from Argentina yesterday. This dude was 20-0. 13 knockouts.
Okay.
Southpaw. He looks big, strong. I'm like, Conwell going to demolish this dude. Okay. They're like, oh, nah, Conwell's in for a good fight. Man, Conwell didn't bad. He won all 7 rounds and then stopped him. So you can't tell me because this dude from Argentina was undefeated, he was elite. No, he wasn't. 2 fights ago, so he almost got knocked out by a dude.
What if Conwell lost? Would you have said the dude from Argentina is now elite? Or would you not be elite too?
No. Man, elite.
So when does somebody actually become elite? I want to know.
To me, it's a combination of things, and this is why I say these arguments are more nuanced, right? And you have to have proper context. It's not just about like having a title or having one good win. It's about who you beat. It's about how you beat them. It's about the eye test. So elite to some extent is going to be objective, but it's also going to be to a certain extent subjective, right? So those are all the things that are gonna like play into like being elite. Like I'm gonna give you an example. And I talked about this earlier. Terence Crawford to me resume is not impressive. I've never thought it was impressive. However, Terence Crawford, from my eye test and what I saw him doing, was always, regardless of what people try to say that we said on this channel, I had to create a video of our videos that we made talking about Terence Crawford where people were like, y'all said Terence Crawford was just gonna get destroyed by Errol Spence. No, we didn't. We never said that. Matter of fact, there were some people that were Errol Spence fans that used to get upset when we said that Terence Crawford was the #1 pound fighter in the sport. Because although I did not believe that his competition was all that great, he still met my eye test based off of who he fought. So you gotta take all those things into consideration. That's my thing.
Okay, so you're saying like skill set against the person he fought. Like how did they defeat the person? Is that what you guys consider?
It's who they defeated.
Multiple things, bro.
Yeah, it's who they defeated. It's how they defeated. It's what they've accomplished. It's all of those things. When you start talking about elite.
But when does that conversation start? When do you start saying they're elite? Like
after.
You trying to make an argument that Kambosos is elite, my nigga?
No, I'm trying to say that what I'm calling nasty work. What I'm calling nasty work is
like he's not right now.
It makes it pretty he's elite pending.
He can never be elite.
Elite pending is crazy.
No, he's not. Hold on. So hold on. Let's think about how I just defined that. Hold on. Boxing Hacker. Let's just think about how I just defined that, right? Okay. I defined it as who have you beaten? You beat one guy, one fighter. We've seen fighters get lucky on a night and beat a fighter. He just used Mayorga as an example, right? We've seen fighters just beat a top level fighter on a particular night because of circumstances, one punch, because of the nature of boxing, styles making fights. We've seen these things occur, okay? So that's one thing, right? It looked like somebody else just joined. Hold on. Who else hopped on?
Elite?
No, exactly. So yeah, we can hear you. But no, let me finish. So he beat one guy, right? He by beating that one guy, he won those titles, right? And he hasn't done anything subsequent or prior to that, right? He didn't beat anybody that we would consider elite. The fighters that he did beat, he didn't dominate them, right? And then subsequent to the fights, or that fight, he lost to fighters that were elite, not just lost to, because it wasn't like he just lost to Devin or he just lost to Loma and it was like a close fight where it was very competitive and he pushed him to the limit. He got destroyed in both circumstances. He is not elite.
Bro, let me ask you, was he a female elite when Kambosos fought him?
Hey, can I say something real quick? Why?
Yeah, go ahead.
Why are y'all up here arguing with this nigga, bro?
Yeah, Hacker. That's why KO.
Why?
No, wait, hold on. I need to know something.
Conversation
before y'all derail the conversation,
this
right?
nigga really just said that George Bozo is elite, bro.
No, I didn't say
like
that.
Kambosos, but he's not elite, bro.
Nobody, I'm not saying I'm not calling him elite or not. I'm saying that you guys are not even giving him the opportunity to consider.
That nigga's not elite, Hacker. I don't care what you're saying, bro.
I don't
not
understand.
Elite, bro.
That's the problem, and I don't think it's based on his skills or his wins. I think.
Hold on. We got to talk one at a time. Let's let Boxing Hacker defend himself for 2 minutes. You got 2 minutes to defend yourself.
I'm not saying Kambosos is elite or not elite. I'm saying that you guys not even letting him be in that conversation, even after he beat Tio. Like even before Devin Haney lost, you guys allow him to be in that conversation. I don't think it's based on what he did in his career. I think it's just based on y'all know him as Kambosos, or you guys don't want to give some kind of credit to Devin or anything like that.
Let me get him.
I'm gonna say the reason why, because the guy was undefeated, and I don't know how you can still Tio, but Tio's the best in the division at the time. Objectively.
Let me get him, Greg.
No, he was not.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
All right, so let's use your logic, Hacker.
Yeah.
You saying that he's elite because he's undefeated, right?
Yeah. Well, no, I didn't say that. I didn't say he's elite. I'm saying you're not allowing him in that conversation, even being considered.
He can't be in the conversation because he lost 5 of his last fights, bro. He hasn't won.
He didn't lose 5 of his last fights.
He has not won since Tio, bro.
And I'm saying before the Devin Haney fight, when he beat Tio.
Listen, Maxie Hughes.
I think if he had beat Devin,
listen, Hacker. You've been talking for mad long, bro. You don't gotta cut me off while I'm talking, my nigga.
Okay.
You've been talking for mad long, bro.
Go ahead.
Yeah, let him go.
Maxie Hughes got knocked out 3 times, 7 losses. That nigga was a part-time carpenter, bro. What are you talking about? He beat him, and it was controversial. It was a controversial win, bro. Mind you, I could post my slip on FanDuel when I bet on Maxie Hughes, bro. They had him winning. I'm going to post a picture for you, since you think this nigga Kambosos is elite for some reason. I bet 300 on Maxie Hughes, right?
Like, I can't believe it.
In the 10th round, 11th round, the money went up to like $700, $600. So that means that FanDuel thought he was winning. Everybody thought that Maxie Hughes was beating Kambosos, then he got robbed. And everybody knows that. So my thing is, he has not won since he got lucky against Teofimo. He lost 2 times to Haney, then he lost to Hughes, then Lomachenko stopped him. He had a split decision with Lee Selby. He had a split decision with Mickey Bay. So it's like, he's not elite, bro. He's not been winning. Like, someone like Parro, you can argue that he's looking elitish. He's elite pending, like you said earlier, right?
Why is that?
He beat Matias.
Okay.
He knocked out Montana Love.
Okay.
He got another knockout before that.
Montana Love was not elite, right? Can we clarify that?
No. Listen, the point is, he's putting together very good, solid performances.
Yo, Supreme, let me get him real quick. Supreme, listen, bro.
All right, go ahead, bro.
Okay, I like that. I remember you said
because boxing has,
we're gonna compare
it's a bullshit, bro. Liam Parro is considered elite. He
beat
I love
the
guy that was the man. He beat the Boogeyman, bro.
Okay.
He beat the Boogeyman, which would mean that Richardson Hitchens would be elite as well. You see what I'm saying? Because Richardson Hitchens beat the guy that beat the guy. Boxing is what has done for me lately. And lately, Kambosos has lost consistently his past 4
We're talking before the Devin Haney fight.
And he got a knockout stoppage.
We're talking before the Devin Haney fight.
We're talking about after that.
No, we're not.
About after he got 24-0.
No, we're not. I'm saying that.
Hold on. I see. So hold on real quick. I think this. So I'm hearing both of you guys, and I feel like that's where the disconnect is. And we've made this argument on the channel before. Like, you are gauged by your entire body of work, right? So like prior to you could be considered something, but it may not be true. Because you could be considered like you're not that great, and then, you know, subsequent, you do some other things, and then like you look at the entire body of work and like, okay, what we originally thought wasn't true. So even if he would have been considered top level after he beat somebody like Teofimo Lopez, subsequent to that, he lost 4 of his last 5 fights, and now we know that he is not elite at all. So what Devin Haney did subsequent, or what his career had, the trajectory of his career subsequent to that fight, has diminished the win for Devin Haney. That shit happens in boxing. Like your resume can be elevated by what your opponents have done afterwards, because that now shows what they really were when you fought them.
No, that's imaginary because people change.
That's bullshit.
Greg, that's literally something that they talk about
Even
now.
with
That's never been
what you said just now, Greg. This nigga boxing hacker will still discredit Tank Davis.
If somebody beat Muhammad Ali and Muhammad Ali goes to lose a few people in the future, they're not
You
gonna
are
be like,
fucking
this guy.
stupid.
No. Hacker. Listen to me. Muhammad Ali.
That's not real.
No. Hold on. Muhammad Ali, that is complete hogwash. That's a bad example. Muhammad Ali had already beat Sonny Liston, George Foreman, Joe Frazier, elite guys that we already knew were elite based off of the things that they had done in that era. So if he goes on and lose to Ken Norton, no, we're not going to say that he wasn't elite. But a guy that had question marks going up into a fight, he only got 1 win against this opponent, and subsequent to that, he lose 4 out of 5 fights. Hell yeah!
But the wait. The 4 out of 5, 2 of them were against the same guy, which is yourself.
I don't give a damn. He should have. No. It was the way he again context. The way that he lost, but Hacker, the way that he lost, dog. Like if he would have lost 7-5, 8-4, and even in those rounds that he lost, he was competitive. Then I would say, yeah, like he's still there. We saw what he did. Like he lost, but man, these rounds were close. It's just that the guy ended up edging him out in the last 30 seconds or whatever. Man, he got blowed out.
No, he got blown out by Devin twice. So it's like you're hurting.
And Lomachenko, he got blowed out by Lomachenko too. So he's not on their level. They are elite, and he is not.
He got blowed out by Maxie Hughes.
Okay.
Yeah, before the stoppage with Loma, he was getting demolished, dominated.
Yes, dominated. Like it wasn't close, man. Like if he had beaten Tio and then fought these guys, and these fights were close, then I would say he's up there. It's just that the style of fight. He just didn't match up well with Devin or so and so. He got blowed the fuck out, man. Stop it.
But that was by Devin.
He got blowed out. No reason why he should have got blowed out. If he's elite, he shouldn't have got blowed out. Period. Give a fuck if it was against Devin. Shouldn't have got blowed out.
So wait, EJ got blown out by Crawford. Does that mean he wasn't elite?
That's one fighter.
Oh my God, bro.
He got blown out by multiple fighters.
Okay. I don't know how to describe.
He got stopped by one too.
Y'all can see that picture?
You guys use Liam Parro, right? Who beat Matisse, right?
Yeah.
On the Boogeyman. But he only had 1 title, right? But Kambosos, who was also up and coming, both from Australia, beat the guy who had most of the titles in the division. But yet you consider Liam Parro at that moment who beat Matisse elite.
Bro,
but you don't want to consider
Liam beat
Kambosos.
Bro, that was my FanDuel slip.
For 1
You
belt.
guys are just
What are you talking about?
Kambosos
For 1 belt
at that point.
Real,
And that's
bro.
my problem. I don't care if you
trolling,
say,
bro.
I don't care if you say,
watch
after Devin he wasn't elite, or after Lomachenko wasn't. My problem is that there's actually it's not the people that he lost to that didn't make him elite. Is that you guys are just saying he's not elite because it's Kambosos. You know, because if you
that's not what we're saying. We're saying he's not elite because of what he demonstrated prior to fighting and afterwards. Like prior to fighting Tio, and then after what he demonstrated, we're looking at all of that and saying no, he's not elite. I don't understand what's wrong with that.
So okay, split decision gonna make you the split decision not make you elite.
The split decision against against that opponent doesn't. Like Mickey Bay, you should have whooped on Mickey Bay.
What was Mickey Bay's record at that time? Did he just have one loss, or was it?
Bro, it doesn't matter, bro. He had a.
No, I'll find it.
Because people, everybody's
He had
a
a tough
prospect.
fight with Mickey
So
Bay,
so
bro.
when
He
it
had,
doesn't matter, they're all
he had a
prospects.
competitive fight with.
No. So to me, you're trying to make this. Go ahead.
So when you're a prospect, by definition,
Hold on. Let JD talk because he hasn't gotten a chance to talk a lot. Go ahead.
Yeah, bro. I'm just saying, Mickey Bay was competitive until the knockdown. Everything has context. You have to use the context of what we're saying. You're just saying, oh, we think that Kambosos is not an elite fighter because it's Kambosos. Nigga, no. He's proven that he's not an elite fighter. He got 24-0. Didn't win one single round, a meaningful punch in the Devin fight. He got shut out with Lomachenko. Then he got dropped and stopped the first time he was dropped in that fight. And then on top of that, he fought Lee Selby and he looked terrible. And people think he lost that shit, bro. And he was gifted a decision win. And it was a split decision. It wasn't unanimous or anything like that, bro. So how do you gauge that he's an elite fighter from them past performances after Devin Haney, after T.O.?
Okay, so it goes back to what I was saying about Liam Parro, right?
I'm not done, bro. I'm not done. So finish. So you taking him and then comparing him to Liam Parro, that's impossible for you to do because Parro beat the guy and then he became a champion. And when he knocked out Montana Love, let me finish. When he knocked out Montana Love, he was supposed to lose. He was not the favorite. He was the underdog. You see what I'm saying? So what you're saying, there's no context in what you're saying. You're just blurting the shit out because that's what you want us to believe. But none of it is with a fact. There's no factual information behind what you're saying. What we're saying is factual information. This nigga's not elite, and you cannot compare him to Parro because Parro has competed at the highest level in his division and has won against elite fighters.
Okay, name them again. Because
nigga, are you kidding me? Well, look it up. I'm not naming shit.
He beat Matisse, right?
Are you
okay,
serious?
so we
look it up,
and we consider Matisse. Do we consider Matisse elite?
Liam Parro,
elite too?
Yourself, bro. Maybe you should. Bro.
Is Matisse elite?
Bro, you gotta be kidding me.
I just want to know. You say he's a boogeyman.
You gotta be fucking kidding me, bro.
Just say he's elite.
Before he fought Parro, he fought Jermaine Jeremiah Ponce. Do you know what that nigga's record was? Do you know who he knocked out before he fought Matias? And did you see what Matias did to him? Do you really want to do this with me, bro?
All I'm saying is this, right?
Do you really want to do this with me, bro?
Here's what I'm saying.
You know boxing? Because I know boxing.
I hear you. But here's the problem.
I'll make you look bad, bro.
If you say Liam Parro is
like
elite for
Reagan
being
did,
the boogeyman,
cannot save you. I will embarrass
if
you.
you say Liam Parro is elite for being the boogeyman or being the best one in the division, then you also have to say when Kambosos beat T.O., which is the same thing. Even though T.O. had more belts than
Devin Haney and Gervonta Davis was in his weight class, so there was no way that T.O. could have been considered the best.
Objectively speaking,
we talk about accolades.
Have more titles than Devin and
what are we talking about?
Well, we got to talk. We got to talk one at a time, man. People are. It's hard to understand what y'all are saying.
So
I'm just saying, what is his context? Are we talking about accolades or the eye test?
Yeah. So I mean, if you're speaking objectively, you have to do accolades, right? You can't because everything else is just subjective.
No,
I think this person's better. You think this person's better. Objectively, you have to use accolades and ranking. Yes. How else? Okay, explain how else. How else would you?
Just how you think that Shakur Stevenson is what he is, and he hasn't proved it. Correct.
He's a champion in the division, though.
So
this nigga's dumb, bro. Oh my god.
Okay. Let me ask you something. You guys, it's funny, right? I always sound crazy. Objectively speaking, how can you say who's the best then?
But so everybody's again.
In your opinion, objectively.
Hold on. Let me say one thing before I'm gonna hand it off to you. But one thing. So even the rankings are gonna be subjective. I mean, subjective. They're not going to be objective.
Stupid. Don't even tell him that. He's dumb. Look,
but go ahead.
All right, so based on what you said, right, Boxing Hacker, Shakur Stevenson is what? You say he's elite, right?
Sure. Yeah,
who in the weight class did he beat for that belt that was elite to you? That did something.
In the weight class? It doesn't matter because it's a championship.
Oh, it doesn't matter. This guy's an idiot. I cook you every time, bro. This is horrible.
Before we get any further, because you're multi-division.
Hold on. Let's talk one at a time. So Shakur is elite because of what?
Because of all the things he's done since 126. So he is elite. So not just because he has a title.
But what is he? What is he? Oh, but hold on. What has he done at 126 that makes him elite?
You said what has he done? 120?
Yeah. Who did he beat? Who did he beat that makes him elite?
He can't hear you, Greg. Say it again one more time. He can't hear
you. Who does he beat? Who does he beat at 26, 30, and 35 that makes him elite? And I think he's elite. I think he's elite because Valdez just got beat up by Navarrete. And he ain't good to me.
This is not a triangle theory, guys. This is not a triangle theory.
I'm not talking about triangle theories. I'm not talking about triangle. So what made Valdez elite?
He was a champion of the division. I don't know how to I've already said that people. Hold on. I've already said that people can be positioned to get titles. So just being a champion doesn't make you elite. So what makes Valdez? Who is Valdez beat that makes him elite? He's elite because ESPN and Top Rank told your ass he elite. That's why. It's all subjective. So what we're doing is stepping back and saying, okay, let's look at the entire resume. He beat this guy, and we know that this guy did this, and we know that this guy looks like this, and we've seen this guy display this level of skill, and we've seen this guy be able to do this that we know is a high level of skill. And we take it all together, and we determine who we think it is. Now, somebody could come up with their rankings, the WBC, the WBA, the WBO. They all come up with their rankings, but they're all subjective. And so who are they for us to have to say, oh, because they say he's number 2, then we feel he's number 2. No, fuck all that, because they're also manipulated by the promotional companies that pay to get these fucking rankings. So we are just as qualified to say whether or not they ranked or not. We're not. No, it's just a multitude of different things that count. It's not just being a champion. It's a whole lot of different things. You want to make it simply black and white, and it's not that. It's a nuanced conversation. Okay, so subjective. So it's completely subjective.
Like everything is subjective. All of it is subjective until they all fight. They got to fight each other first.
Why y'all
I mean,
up here?
it's subjective. Man. If you guys want to say it's all subjective, that's fine.
But we've been saying that. We've been saying it's subjective.
No. They were saying it's objective. They said objectively speaking that Kambosos.
Yeah, but that's fact. He's not elite.
He never will be.
Well, if it's subjective, I can feel like he was elite, right? So
I mean, you can, but when you look at the guys that he struggled with, who've lost to other guys, and then he lost to these guys that we know are elite because we've seen what they've done. Now, all of it is going to be subjective, but at the same time, there is some facts and some logic and some numbers that go into it, right? But still, it's subjective to a certain extent. And so when we
like the pound list, there's no real definition of elite fighters.
Bro, Greg, bro, if Kambosos was elite, he should have beat Lomachenko. He should have beat Loma.
Why is that?
I don't know. At least get a hand on Devin in one of the fights.
Let's use everything that Greg just said, right? Let's look at the landscape. Kambosos was the younger fighter.
Okay.
He had the bigger fights. He fought the guy that beat Lomachenko, and he took the belt.
The younger fighter,
right? Hold on, bro. Be quiet.
Yeah,
and then on top of that, too, not only is he the younger fighter, he fought other elite fighters in the class, meaning that he put up a decent amount of performance, which he didn't, by the way. He put up a decent amount of pushback in those fights in order for him to be considered the favorite. Whereas Lomachenko, when he fights those big name or those truly elite fighters, he gets shut out or outclassed, right? What does he do? He goes in there.
I'm confused. Are you talking about opposite?
Goes in there, he gets beat up and dropped by an old fucking man that lost all his big fights at the elite level. So how
Lomachenko lost all his elite fights at the elite level?
How can you tell me that Kambosos is elite when Lomachenko bro, it's just
Lomachenko got a title in third fight against Gary Russell. Like, what are we talking about? I'm confused.
He also lost to Salido.
He lost to second fight.
Lomachenko, everything. Listen, Lomachenko was everything is stacked against him at that point. He's the older fighter. He got more miles on him. That's what they in our top rank in the commentary. This is Loma's last chance to prove that he's elite class. His last chance. He said he wanted to be undisputed. Blah blah blah. Kambosos was supposed to get in there, shut him out, beat him up, drop him, stop or whatever, and take the belt. That's what he is supposed to do, bro. And that's not what happened. That's not what happened.
And so that makes him okay. So you're saying that's what makes him not elite. because he couldn't beat somebody that he was supposed to beat.
He's just not good. That's what makes him not elite. He's not.
Okay. Roberto Duran was elite, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Why?
Duran was elite.
Carrying
right?
these
Yes.
guys.
Besides Sugar Ray Leonard, out of the Fantastic Four, who else did he beat?
Why?
He beat
Why?
Ray Leonard once.
Hold on. He beat Sugar Ray. He was competitive against. Didn't he fight Marvin Hagler? He was competitive against Marvin Hagler. He got smoked by Tommy Hearns, and he fought Sugar Ray twice and was competitive in both fights and won one. This dude beat one guy who was injured and has gotten smoked in every other fight.
So okay, like I said before, I can't say he was injured or not. They both came into that ring ready to fight. They both got cleared by doctors.
He got okay. Let's say he wasn't hurt. Okay. Let's say he wasn't hurt. He had one good night against a guy and has gotten smoked in every other one.
Duran is good. He lost to all the other fantastic.
But he didn't get smoked. But he didn't get smoked, bro. He didn't get smoked.
Ray Leonard the second time.
With the
No, he lost, but he didn't get smoked, dog. He did not get smoked. He quit, but he did not get smoked. He was frustrated. Ray Leonard wasn't just beating the fucking bricks off of his ass.
Ray Leonard, Duran to Kambosos. Did I just hear that?
I'm not comparing. I'm saying. I'm saying
what are you talking about?
So,
when you guys nigga, Duran is a natural 135 pounder. He moved up to 160 and beat Iran Barkley, bro.
Yeah, that's where I was just about to go. He moved up to 68 and beat Iran Barkley. What else has George Kambosos done? What else has he done?
Barkley knocked out Hearns 2 times. 2 times.
Yes.
Okay. Duran moved up from 35 to 168 and beat that man. That's it.
Exactly. So what? Again, we've talked about this in Styles making fights, and it's not just about. So it could be a situation where Styles ended up being the problem, but he beat Sugar Ray.
100% the Styles.
He beat Sugar Ray. He got frustrated with the style of Sugar Ray. He wasn't getting beat up. He was simply frustrated. If you see him after the fight, he was simply frustrated. He got smoked by Hearns. He was competitive, if I'm not mistaken, against Marvin Hagler. And he beat Iran Barkley. Because I was literally pulling up his box rec because I was like, didn't he go up and beat Iran Barkley? Like, what are you talking about, bro?
Okay. Because what I'm saying is this, right? Here's the thing what I'm saying. You guys
we don't want it.
That's like Shakur Stevenson moving up right now and going to beat David Morrell at 175. That's elite, bro. You bugging. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
Why you all for Kambosos, bro?
No. He's saying that he was a champion at 35. So it's really, I would say, what weight class did he start at? Wasn't it 35 that he started at?
I think so.
Duran?
But it was
Duran.
Though, right?
So no. Duran started at 30. Duran started at 30. And then he jumped by his third fight, he was fighting at 35. So that's like Shakur jumping up. Yeah, that's like Shakur jumping up and beating like whoever the 160-pound champion is right now.
That's like Shakur being Carter.
Yeah, exactly.
But never happened.
That's elite, bro. So you telling me so you compared what Duran did to what we seen George Kambosos do? Get his ass whooped at 35?
Because here's the thing about it. I'm trying to gauge what you guys
mind you, Greg. Hey, listen, Kambosos, he fought at 140. That was one of his first fights. He's not even a full-fledged career 135-pounder.
Okay.
Man, hey, let's talk about something different. Hey, listen.
He get me mad, bro.
Dog. Hold on. Guys. Time out. Because I think the conversation was who was elite and who's not, and we were kind of talking about the criteria.
Who's elite? I just want to know.
He's questioning Roberto Duran. Like, this nigga, get him off the panel, bro.
I'm not comparing these people. I'm not comparing Roberto Duran to freaking Kambosos. I'm not doing that. No, listen. See, the problem, you guys aren't hearing what I'm saying. You guys
We are.
No, you not
Heard
listening,
it,
nigga.
agree.
We
I am
talking
saying
about.
this.
Stupid.
I'm
You're
not saying
stupid.
Kambosos.
Hold on. Let's let him say. Let him say his piece, and then we're gonna move on.
I never said Kambosos is elite. So that's the first thing. That's what
Yes, you did.
No, I did not.
Nigga, yes, you did.
No, I didn't. Can I tell you
You
what I
said
said?
so. I don't
Can I
understand
tell
why we
you what
can't
I
call
said?
Kambosos delete.
Can I tell you what I
We
said
told you
so you can
why.
remember?
You fucking
Let me
liar.
tell you why I said. I never said you was elite. I said that. So here's the thing. I'm saying prior to the Devin fight, you guys are literally saying that Kambosos could never
The
be in the
whole world heard
conversation
you
of
say
being
that.
elite
I
after
was
being
there.
T.O.
Hold on. Let him say his piece, JD. Let him say his piece. Let him say his piece.
So let me clarify again. One more time. I never said Kambosos is elite.
Yes,
Never said that. Yeah. So I said elite pending, right? I said prior to the Devin fight, after he got his best win off TFP and Lopez, you guys are literally saying there is no circumstance or time after he beat T.O. that he could be considered elite. And I'm saying then it's a bias there. It's not based on anything rather than you're just saying George Kambosos, and for some reason he can never be elite. If he had beat a Devin and he beat Loma after, it'd be hard to say that's a big.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Hey, hold up. It's true. It's hypothetical. Wait,
he did it.
It's a hypothetical. Wait, it's a hypothetical.
Get it out of your biscuit, bro. Can we move on?
It was not possible. No.
Hey, all right, man. Hey, real quick, man. Guys. Okay.
Oh, man.
Hey, Boxer Hacker, I love you, man. You are so entertaining. He is not elite. Let's move on to a different topic because this is bullshit.
Move on, bro. Get out of your
It's
fucking
over.
line, bro.
It's over. Band Up is in the building.
Gervonta Davis is crazy to me.
Why
Like, you
not?
don't need to be on the panel no more, really.
Why not?
What the hell happened?
Nigga, you stupid. This man moved
Because
up from
is he a god
35.
or something?
Listen, he
Everybody
moved
can
up
be
from
put
35.
into question.
Listen,
Roberto
nigga.
Duran had Fantastic Four, just like
Anyway,
Devin
he moved up from 35.
I hear that, but he still
and
lost
beat
to the
Ray
majority of the
Leonard.
Fantastic.
Look,
He lost to everybody in the Fantastic Four.
Oh,
Only one
nigga,
won.
listen, bro.
This nigga went right back to Durant.
He beat Ray Leonard when he was undefeated. He
Yeah.
fought Hagler and didn't get stopped. He
Yeah.
moved up and beat Barkley.
Yeah,
He beat her. Well, he didn't. He was drinking and shit with Hearns and all that, but
yeah.
still,
You beat Hearns, man.
Hey,
You know what?
Boxer Hacker. Hold on, real quick. Boxer Hacker. How many divisions has he won a title in? He being Kambosos.
Kambosos.
Yeah.
Only one division.
Okay. How many divisions has Duran won titles in?
I bet you don't know. I bet.
I think
I know you don't know.
All right, I think
Let's say this. You know that he's won titles in more than one. Okay.
Yes.
And he started his career at 35, and I'm pretty sure he went all the way up to at least 75.
Background.
and he skipped 40.
Yeah,
Don't forget that.
but he also walked around big. You guys do remember that, right?
Man, who gives a fuck?
What are
He
you
was like a
talking
man
about?
pack-
Haney's
a man
158 in the
pack
ring.
No,
like-
anyway.
You moving the goalpost.
like-
man.
Nigga, Haney's
He
a
fought
fucking
the-
light heavyweight in the ring, bro.
Ray Leonard fight. He was like walking around 200.
I don't want to hear that shit, bro. Like,
So he fought at 35.
135 pounders, bro.
Dog, look at his frame. Hey, listen. I'm at a little over. I'm at about 215. Ain't no way in hell I can get down to 140 pounds. No way in hell. That means that whatever weight he was carrying wasn't his real weight. He was just carrying around a bunch of fat. The motherfucker was a little dude. What you talking about, man?
I'm 170, and I can never get down to that. Oh my God.
No, he was carrying around a bunch of body fat. What you talking about, man?
Hey, I'm just speaking what the legend says, right? He walked around how heavy before he dropped?
Hey, man. Hey, man. Hey.
Hey, look at that picture. Hey, look at that picture of me next to me and Boots. Me and Boots are similar size. Could you imagine Boots getting down to that size?
No. Hey, listen. Hold on. Somebody got a lot of feedback. I don't know who phone it is, but somebody got a lot of feedback. Let me just say this, man. Let me say this, though. Boxing Hacker's on drugs, man. I'm convinced of it. He's on something. He's on something, man.
It's just
Hey,
such
Jay,
a different perspective.
You question Roberto Duran to
it's just
defend
different
George
perspective.
Kambosos.
It's okay.
Like, what the fuck are you doing?
I'm not trying to see the thing about me. I don't try to scrap fighters. I think they're all great. I even think Kambosos is a good
That's the
fighter.
problem right there.
Yeah, I think.
Bro.
No, I believe it to be true. You know, I believe that if
My
you
nigga,
make it to a certain
Kambosos
level,
is not
you're good.
elite. I don't give a
That's on
fuck.
the pay to win
Yeah, you
all
can.
the time.
It's a. We already established it's subjective greatly, right?
It's not
No,
objective with that
that's my
nigga, bro. He's not
You
elite.
established that.
But hold on, it's subjective. Hold on, real quick. It's subjective, but there's components to it that are objective as well. That's what I was saying. Boxing Hacker, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Are you a Devin Haney fan?
Yeah.
He's
Big
a
difference.
Okay. It makes sense now. Now I get it. Now I get it.
You're in the fan club.
Yeah,
Now I get
that's
it. Now I
right.
get it. Now I get it.
That's
Now I understand.
Greg,
Devin is
this
elite.
shit is
So I
so
don't
bad.
know,
He's
man.
fighting for Shakur
This
Stevenson.
nigga didn't even know who Charles Conwell was.
This mother. Now I understand why you keep arguing. This mofo. This mofo is going hard for Devin. God, now it makes sense.
No, it's just a different perspective because sometimes we
Bro,
disqualify.
so crazy. He is
I feel like
Shakur
people
fan,
disqualify
bro.
fighters a lot.
Hold on, Boxing Hacker though. Let me ask you one question though. So you're telling me that you are not serviced. Your best interest is not served, or what you want to be true is not served by Kambosos being considered elite.
No, so it doesn't change any. It doesn't change any of the parameters, right?
No. Devin, you just said that Devin Haney is elite, and Kambosos being elite, and Devin beating him would then suggest that Devin is elite, right?
Well, no, it doesn't really matter because Devin also beat Lomachenko. And Lomachenko was pound for pound number one.
And not when Devin beat him. Not when Devin beat him.
Oh,
Well, it wasn't ranked when Devin beat him. He was still in the pound for pound list when Devin beat him. I remember
he
that.
was not pound for pound number one when
He
Devin
wasn't number one, but he was on the pound. Lomachenko, systematically or not, was on the pound for pound list for a very long time.
Is that not what he said? Correct? That's what we all heard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this
That's what he said.
liar.
So all right, to answer your question, Greg, even if you guys don't consider Kambosos elite, it doesn't, to me, it doesn't hurt Devin Haney. Devin Haney was literally the youngest on the team.
I actually think Devin is like, when you measure, I think it depends on what you call elite, right? If you're talking about because I think certain people are talking about A-class fighters versus elite. Because if you want to say elite is like the upper echelon. You're talking about the best of the best. I think Devin is an A-class fighter. I think Shakur is an A-class fighter. I think Tank is an A-class fighter. Okay. I don't know if any one of them are like the elite of the elite yet until we see a little bit more. I think Terence Crawford is the elite of the elite. I think Canelo is at the elite of the elite level. I think those gentlemen are at the next level down.
Okay.
Actually, I don't think Devin is elite or A-class. I think once he fights Ryan Garcia again and get that ass whooping again, everybody know he got beat by a C-class fighter.
Well, until then, you should be A-class.
Devin is not.
That's what I'm talking about, Greg. You know what I'm saying? Now he's starting to see the little light. You know what I'm saying?
What you talking about, man? I've always said this about Terence Crawford, man. Stop it. I've always said this.
I can respect that ranking as long as it's like my only thing. So what? So like you look at somebody like Kambosos, B-class, C-class, right?
No.
CD.
Yeah, he's C-class. He's C-class.
C-class. Yeah, I can say okay.
Super cab.
Because what I like about Greg's ranking is that he tries to be a little bit less biased, right? Like it's not like he just looks at Kambosos. This guy's a terrible fighter out of nowhere. He's gonna be like, okay, he lost these people. He had this.
I don't think anybody on here has said that he's a terrible fighter, though, man. I just think they don't think he's elite.
Greg, they're not saying what you're saying.
Okay, hold on. So Big Supreme, do you think he's a Big Supreme in the context of other fighters? Do you think he's a terrible fighter or just simply not elite A-class or B-class fighter?
Say it again, Greg. My fault.
Do you believe that he's a terrible fighter or just like not an A-class or B-class fighter? He's just like a C-class fighter.
And because to Haney, I think he's like
No. I'm talking about Kambosos. Do you think he's a terrible fighter or just like a C-class fighter?
terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Told you, Greg. Told you.
Terrible.
What about you, JD?
Told you. I know these people.
Terrible fighter.
What? Hold on. What about you, JD?
You fight nobody.
JD, what do you think? What do you think he is? You think he's a terrible fighter or just like a C-class fighter?
that nigga Kambosos is the worst letter on.
I told you guys, it's not the same as what you're thinking. I know these guys. These guys they'll listen.
And he's proven it.
You ask me, I'm a Devin Haney fan, right? The real reason I don't like Kambosos is he lost to Devin.
Bro.
So let me
not the worst.
hold on real quick. So I consider like a terrible fighter would be like no man, somebody worse than Kambosos, man. Like I consider a guy that got like a ton of losses, like a guy that's like
I say, well, I can't even say Rolly because Rolly.
I don't think Rolly's terrible either. I don't know, man. There's certain like to me like okay. Let me say this, and I want you guys to tell me if you feel that this is a fair assessment. Of the guys that we know, known fighters, right, that have recognizable names that end up getting into fights with each other that would be, bigger level type fights. George Kambosos would be at the bottom of that rung. So in comparison to them, he's a terrible fighter. Is that fair?
Yeah, if you want to say of the upper echelon, yeah, you can say that.
Yeah, he's a terrible fighter compared to them. But compared to like a guy like, I don't know,
Who, Jojo Diaz you talking about?
yeah, somebody that's like, I'm just trying to think of somebody that's not good. Like some guy that like you will be a gatekeeper. He's not a. Yeah, he a gatekeeper, dog. Yeah, that nigga suck. That nigga suck, bro.
I think Jojo Diaz is a great example.
The WBO champ, Barinchek, it will be that.
You could use Jojo.
Or Luis Collazo.
Jojo lost like 6 of his last fight, bro.
Collazo at for you?
Yep.
Luis Collazo, you talking about the guy that lost? The guy that lost to? He lost to Paul Williams. The guy that lost to Paul Williams, lefty guy, bald head.
Yeah.
One too.
Yeah.
Gabriel Rosado, sort of like in that ballpark too.
Yeah. He's probably. No, I think Luis Collazo. If you shrunk Luis Collazo, I think he would beat George Kambosos. Wasn't Collazo the one that hurt Keith Thurman to the body?
With a body shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's who he knocked him out for the belt, and then he lost to Thurman.
Is he a terrible fighter, Big Supreme?
Luis Collazo?
No.
He was.
I told you ranked.
He was a champion by knockout stoppage. He's not a terrible fighter. He lost to the best in the division at the time. He lost to Keith Thurman.
And Kambosos lost to the best in the division at the time.
Devin wasn't.
Haney and Lomachenko. It's a you see what I'm saying? Like there's a bias there, guys. That's all it is.
Yeah, coming from you.
There's a legit bias there.
You're the only one with bias.
No. There's a legit bias. Gabriel Rosado, who it's hard when you say somebody's a terrible fighter. It's hard to say who's terrible at that level.
To
get that level, we can't be terrible. There's so many fighters in the division.
Dropped and stopped by an old man, bro. And he had a split decision win that he didn't even really win, bro. He lost 4 times straight, bro. Come on.
Well, in reality, he didn't lose 4 times straight. He lost 3 times. 2 together and 1 time Lomachenko.
He trash.
You guys can say
I feel like the reason why. Look, Hacker, the reason why I'm going so hard on you, bro, because you're trying to prop up Kambosos to make Haney look good.
It's not about that. So I think it's the opposite.
And that's weird.
No, I think it's the opposite. I think you got to try and shoot down Kambosos to make Hayes undisputed.
My nigga, what the fuck did Kambosos do besides beat Theo? It was a split decision win.
I'm wrong about this. I think this is what they're doing, and this is why. Because people have been trying to create the narrative that Devin Haney is the worst undisputed champion. Like he has the worst undisputed run. He is.
Those are all true. All facts.
Yeah. Worst undisputed run,
and I think that's why they shoot down Kambosos.
Hold on. Big Supreme. Who has a worse undisputed run
than Haney?
Yeah, maybe Corey Spinks. Maybe Corey.
Just in general.
Hold up, didn't Corey Spinks lose his undisputed in like his very next fight, the Zab Judah?
Yeah, he lost the Zab, right? Or
like in the very next fight, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He got it's a fact.
Okay, so maybe Corey Spinks. Okay, so maybe, and I love Corey Spinks, but that's the only thing you can.
Worse undisputed champions than Haney. I'm just saying Haney, I think, got the easiest because he had to beat Kambosos, bro.
Because he's a terrible fighter. You see how that works?
Kambosos is not a dog,
as long
bro.
as you can say Kambosos is a
It's
terrible
different when you
fighter,
got to go through
this
someone
statement
like
becomes
Tank
true.
to get
I
undisputed.
already said
You got to
that.
go through
No matter
Tank.
who Kambosos
You got to
is,
go
I
through
still don't agree.
Benavidez, or you got to go through Benavidez. Like, these are people who are, damn, I might not even want the belt. Kambosos is not one of them guys, bro. Everybody
Because
wanted
he's
that
terrible.
fight.
Hey,
He's
yo, not to
terrible.
get stop it,
That's
but
all
y'all
it,
got
just say because he's a terrible
y'all got
fighter.
Listen, there's a difference, bro.
It's a
There's
bias.
a reason why
Yeah,
nobody's
it's
trying
a-
to be undisputed at 154, bro. You got to
Huh?
go through Murtazaliev. You got to go through
And here's another
Crawford.
thing, yeah,
You got to go through Fundora. Like, nobody want to go through all of that,
Big
bro.
Supreme, do remember
Same thing
something
with
about Devin.
175.
Devin wanted to
Listen,
fight the Lomachenko.
listen,
Devin
bro.
wanted to fight the TOs.
Listen,
Let's not
Aka,
do
the
that
same
either.
thing with 175. Nobody wanted to go through better BF, bro.
Yo, I hear you. But guess
Bivol had
what?
the same belt for 7 years, bro, in the same weight class.
Bro, check this out. Devin wanted Lomachenko and T.O. Remember that. When you start to say, "Oh, he had the worst run," remember he wasn't even given opportunities. So like, let's not hide the whole
And by
story.
that logic, why you don't like Tank? What opportunity Tank got at 135 to be undisputed, bro?
What opportunity did Tank didn't even care about the titles? Remember? Oh, we don't care about the belts.
You know why we don't
Remember
care
that.
about the belts? Because Kambosos had 4 of them, nigga.
Yeah, you're not gonna like they weren't gonna make those fights, man. All those titles were on Top Rank side, bro. That's why they like all that argument about Tank's never beat a world child. All that's bullshit, man.
Let me say something
I'm
real
always
quick,
gonna
man.
say, I like Tank. He's a great fighter, phenomenal fighter.
Yo,
He
Hacker, let me
makes-
show you something. Let me show
yeah.
you something, bro. Let me show you something, right? This is
Yeah.
being completely objective and unbiased, right?
Yes, go ahead.
When you look at the Tank situation at 135, you look at Kambosos, right?
Yeah.
He became undisputed, right? He
Who,
was signed to
Kambosos? No,
Lou
he became
DiBella. And
unified.
look, he was signed by Lou DiBella and promoted by Top Rank.
Yeah.
You don't even remember that Al Haime and PBC had a bad fallout with Lou DiBella, bro.
Okay.
They had a really bad fallout over the Wilder situation.
Okay.
So Lou DiBella was not gonna feed Kambosos to Tank. It wasn't gonna happen. Now,
Bro.
this is the thing I don't like with a lot of fans like you, bro.
Yeah.
Y'all will acknowledge something like with Haney, oh, he had to go through this, he had to go through that, but then you're not looking at Tank's side.
Okay.
Like Lou DiBella was not feeding Kambosos to Tank, bro. I don't
Okay.
care what you say.
Let me ask you some real stuff right here.
Uh-huh.
Tank Davis was at 135 for 5 years. He didn't fight one current
My
world
nigga,
champion,
I just
bro.
told you.
Not one.
Yeah.
I'm not just talking about Kambosos.
All right,
Ever
look.
since he's been in that division,
All right. But look,
mandatory, he
Bivol,
never fought
look.
one current champion. Tell the whole story, Big Supreme.
But let me ask you this: like when we say tell the whole story though, were any of those fighters who had titles with PBC?
No. And guess what?
Okay.
He was about to fight Loma.
All right, let me
He was about to
finish
fight
my point too,
Lomachenko.
Hacker.
Lomachenko with PBC? No.
Look, Hacker.
That's right now. Like back then, Tank didn't have the cachet to make a cross promotional fight like he does now. So trying to compare what he was doing today back then, there's no comparison.
He could push for mandatories too. Devin wanted to fight Tank. Y'all remember this?
Bro, he never wanted to fight Tank, bro. Like,
Oh
I ain't
my
gonna
God.
lie. Again,
Tank was okay.
let me
Tank
finish my
was
point,
never.
though, Hacker.
Tank was
Let me
never
finish my
Devin
point,
mandatory.
Let Big Supreme finish his point. Let Big Supreme finish his point.
Back to what I was saying with Bivol, right? He was a champion at 175 for 7 years before him and Better be at 4, bro. 7 years.
Better be, yeah.
Right? So this is my thing, right? You saying that Tank was champion at 5 years and then fight these guys, not because he was ducking them. It's not because he didn't want to fight them. It's because Top Rank was having a round robin tournament and Kambosos became undisputed. That's crazy to me.
What
So you
about
can't
Devin
tell me
then?
that
What about
that's
Devin?
not some politics shit, bro. How the
What
fuck
about
did
Devin?
Kambosos become
What
undisputed?
about what about pursuing your mandatory statuses? What about that? What happened?
Bro, why would he want to pursue mandatory status under Haney, bro? When he's the A-side.
First of all, Devin was never Loma's mandatory.
Not
Ever.
Loma. You mean Tank, right? Devin was undisputed.
No,
Tank had the WBA regular.
He
He could push for that
You're
fight.
lying, bro.
Let's
Why you
not
up here
do that.
lying, bro? Hey, yo, that you gave me sight. Why you lying, bro? Fuck.
Don't get JD mad, bro. It's Sunday.
Tank was undisputed. I mean, Devin was undisputed. He had all the belts. Tank had the WBA regular. He could push for that fight. Let's stop.
Yo,
he
bro.
He could request it for that
I'm
fight.
about to
Come
throw
on,
my
guys.
phone across the
Keep it
room,
up.
bro.
He could. Yo, I'm just saying. He could have.
No, he could have, bro.
Tank, you guys are saying, oh, Tank couldn't do this, Tank couldn't do that, right? He never even tried. Yo, I remember
Yo, bro,
one
the
time Tank said,
the WBA
one time Tank said he never even asked Floyd for
Look,
tough fights. Do y'all remember that too? Oh, I never asked Floyd for the tough fights. What happened? What happened? Why did he never ask
What?
those? Why did he never ask for a champion? This is he's a knockout artist. He's a great fighter. I'm not gonna take that away from him. I'm never gonna say he's a bad fighter. But when it comes to like pursuing the current W135 champions, Devin Haney became undisputed in Tank's weight class. Kambosos, who y'all call garbage, dirt, piss on the floor, became unified at Tank's weight class.
I can't hear this nigga. He
All right,
dropped out.
Lomachenko as well. Let's it is what it is. The reality is the
dropped off the
reality.
panel?
He did great things, but
He's still here. You can't hear. You can't hear him.
He's talking.
Yeah, he's still here.
I don't hear.
You don't hear him?
I don't hear that
You
nigga.
hear me, guys, right?
I can hear you. Jason, can you hear that boxing hacker?
My boy.
Yeah.
I can't hear that nigga.
Hey, you might need to go out and come back in because I can hear him. JD, can you still hear him?
Hey guys, can you hear me? Jason,
Unfortunately, yes.
can you hear me?
Unfortunately,
Yeah, we can hear you.
Goofy ass nigga.
Yeah.
JD, can you hear him?
Unfortunately, yes.
Yo, that was the boxing guys. I can't hear that nigga, man.
Hey man.
Yeah, go out and come back in.
Who you want me to do
All
that?
No. Big Supreme, because he the only one that can't hear you.
Yeah, I can hear Big Supreme.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do right now.
It's crazy because I can hear Supreme.
I don't know. The software might have been like, "Hey man, these two cats keep arguing, man. Let's just break them up."
Cap, man. We got the software's like this guy's capping. Hey man, look, it is what it is, guys. I don't know how to say it, man. Tank is always gonna get criticism because of that. That's just the reality of it. You know, it's not just me. I mean, other people. You hear people say it.
Nothing he does, bro.
You moral even comment
on
on
the
it.
ring. You just went on, man. Hold on, nigga. You just went on the ring for absolutely no reason. Talk about niggas is elite. You talk about Devin beat Loma. He was number one. You said that this nigga Devin was Tank and Loma's mandatory.
I never said he was a mandatory. I said I said Tank was in a position to push for a mandatory because Devin was undisputed.
Somebody in the chat answer me that. Did Boxing Hacker say that Devin was Loma?
Listen again. Because people do selective hearing. I said position. He was never he never requested. He never requested to become mandatory, so he can't be the mandatory. You have to request to become mandatory. You have
did Boxing Hacker say that he was
mandatory status? He never did that. He was in position to do that. Yes, because why? Devin had all the belts, and he had a regular belt. Why not?
This guy is stupid, bro.
Man, y'all
where was Devin at, bro? Where was Devin? What promotional company was he, bro?
He was part of DHP, Devin Haney Promotions. That's a promotion company.
No, the fuck he wasn't. Where was he signed?
Man,
he was part of DHP, bro.
No, he
didn't. Man, stop all that DSP stuff, man. If why he talking about right now, he talking about he don't even want to fight because he can't get the money he want to make. If he DHP, he should be paying him damn self.
Greg, that's not what I'm even saying. This nigga's talking about Tank. Tank didn't want to fight Devin, right?
Tank didn't want to fight Devin. Tank didn't want to fight
him. He already debunked this. Where was he signed to get the belt?
Let me ask you, JD. Did Tank ever tell you wanted to fight Devin?
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, nigga. Let me ask you this.
Don't really
you know that Devin signed a contract, a 3-fight contract to stay on top, right? With them belts.
One time
you know that to get them belts, you know that 360 deal that he signed? Do you know where Tank was or who he was signed to? Yeah, bro. Let's stop this shit, man. I keep telling you I'm not the guy, bro. Because Devin wasn't going to fight him.
Let's keep it 100. Tank Davis, Gervonta Tank Davis said, I don't care about belts. Gervonta Davis did not care about undisputed. He did not want
Devin. I can't even sell out in the arena.
He said it himself.
No
matter what you say, this is the truth.
Shut the fuck up, bro.
This is the truth. You can say this and that. Drop tears, curse me out. If the truth is the truth, bro.
It's stupid. It's not the truth. And your brain is
don't curse Tank out. That ain't my fault. He said
all right. So we've talked about this for a while now. I feel like Band Up is here to talk about the email champion because all he like is Terence Crawford. So I'm assuming. I'm assuming
about Boots and Crawford, man. I'm tired of hearing about Haney, man.
Yeah, I think he's here to talk about the email champion. So do y'all want to talk about the email? Because I can only go probably. Unfortunately, my wife is traveling. So I got my babies upstairs by themselves. So I got to go up there and take care of them babies.
Y'all.
Huh?
Not the leftover champion Tank, right? You mean the email champion? Because
Hey, listen.
Not the leftover champion Tank, right?
Man, we ain't hearing all
You
that.
said Tank is an email champion?
Leftover, right? Because his title is the only title left. That's why it's the primary title at this moment, right? So, just saying.
Let me ask you a question. You think Bivol is the leftover champion?
Do I think Bivol was a leftover champion?
when he was champion.
Fits,
Do you
if
think
the reality fits, right?
That's not what he asked you.
Bro, you are stupid, bro.
Hey, look. If we're sending people email champion because they get emailed the title, right? What do you say? What Tank was almost emailed the title and he refused it.
Is Devin an email champion? Answer your own question.
If that's the parameters, sure.
Is he?
Email the belt. Yeah,
no?
look, he was emailed the belt. Now, if
no?
Tank the leftover champion, yes.
No. We gonna do what you did. Yes or no? Is Devin an email champion?
If we're using those parameters, yes.
Is Devin an email champion?
Sure.
Yes or no?
Yes. He's an email. Yes.
Yes. All right. Shut the fuck up.
Yes. He's the email champion. It's Tank the leftover champion.
Up, bro. Shut
yes
up.
Yes or no?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Yo,
let's
Hacker, your time is up, bro. Let my man stacked up talk, bro.
Yeah, go ahead.
We're called stacked up. That's crazy.
Band up. What's going on, man? Because I know you're here to talk about the email champion, Terence Crawford, or the soon-to-be email champion.
He's muted.
Man, unmute yourself.
Oh,
dear God.
Please mute yourself.
That was me.
Mute yourself.
Biggest loogie I ever heard. Bro. What the fuck?
Bro, still on the mic or something, bro. What
God
the hell?
damn. Bro,
Watch your mouth, bro. You gotta little bitty that, bro.
A kid, bro.
Oh man,
Nigga, it's cold in New York, nigga. I don't know where y'all niggas
I'm in
at.
CT. You know I know it's cold, but goddamn, bro.
Yeah, so you know what's going on.
That's the
man.
That's the bro.
Need some flu medication, bro. We don't know what that was.
Need some real medication, bro. We don't.
Yo, Hacker, you talk like that on the regular though, bro. Like,
Yeah, sure.
the fuck?
You need real medication.
Man,
I don't know. Hey, but I'm all at you. I'm getting here. I got a fucking brain.
Yeah, man, we about to wrap it up as well, guys. I appreciate you guys that joined the panel and everything, man.
The panel, bro.
Yeah, you know you're
Hey, man, listen.
Hey, we're just talking about the face of boxing, Devin Haney. That's all.
Real quick. Yeah, he might have hijacked some of the conversation, but look on the bright side. At least it wasn't Jerry. All right, guys.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Why you do my boy like that?
Hey man, Jerry, my boy too, but he be wilding sometime, bro. All right, y'all. We appreciate y'all. We'll catch up with y'all in the panel later, man. I'm gonna go ahead and log y'all off. Salute, guys. Later. Yeah, man, Jay. Great show. Everybody that contributed to the show today, we greatly appreciate y'all. For those of you who contributed dollar-wise, Banduck gave us $2. Appreciate you. Tunnel Vision hit us with the $5. Big Herm hit us with the $4.99. Tunnel Vision hit us with another $5. Flex BK Alfonso became a member today. Shout out to him. Welcome to the family, fam. Boxing Hacker hit us with the $5. Eds VPTV hit us with the $4.99. And then Juice Lee hit us with the $2. We appreciate everybody that contributed to the channel. I hope all of you like the new call-in feature, the ones who did call in. Like I said, it's all interconnected. So we just, as much as we can, try to improve the show and the overall quality of everything. I may have to take this mic back. Hold on, let me try this mic one more time, man. I'm gonna take the mic and put it right to my mouth right here, Jay. So like they told me this was gonna be higher quality, Jay, and now it's like, hold on. So guys, this doesn't sound better. Does it sound better now? This was the third mic originally when I did the test. Does it sound better now that it's closer to my mouth? Y'all let me pause. It's still trash. Damn. All right, well, I guess it's just gonna be. Damn. I feel cheated now, dog. Like they cheated me. They cheated me, man. Everybody's saying it's trash. Damn. All right. Well, we appreciate y'all. We will be back. Oh, y'all can't hear Jay. Oh, that's because of the setup. Yeah, I would have to change. No, you should have been able to hear Jason. But anyway, we will be back with fresh content tomorrow. As I mentioned before, we do have some content that we recorded. So, interview. I'm gonna try to get another interview done this week. With a coach in the game of boxing that I want to bring on and just have him talk about the overall game. one of the more renowned coaches in the sport. So I look forward to getting him on this upcoming week. And then, yeah, just be looking out for content, man. We'll be dropping. Jay, anything else you want to share with the good people?
No, we got a big fight coming up this weekend. Usyk and Fury will be talking about as well.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we got to make that happen. All right. Well, that concludes it for me, Jay. Until next time, everybody, we will catch up with you guys. We look forward to hearing. I'm thinking about maybe doing something this week, just like a midweek live. So I might do that. It just depends on if I can find the time with my babies being here, with our moms being here as well. It's going to be me and my babies this week. So I might try, but we'll see. All right, guys. Till next time. Peace. And smash the like button on the way out if you haven't already done so. Later.